I'm okay. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Kaale, Cloud the Wanderer, and I got a beautiful woman with me.
Oh,
In
thank you.
this,
I got my face on.
well, it's in the afternoon where she's at, and it's in the morning where I'm at. You
Yeah,
know,
it's the weather is having a bit of mood swing today, but I'm in London. We're used to it.
yeah. How is it there? Is it crazy, or I heard
The
stories
weather,
about it?
yeah. I mean, we never really get a good summer, so we're grateful for anything. So we had a heat wave last week, too
Yeah,
hot, and now it's raining. Next week it's going to be hot. We take what we can get. Like that's cool. That's
yeah,
cool. We just
yeah.
appreciate the longer days. We spend most of the time, getting dark at 4 and stuff like that. So yeah,
It
just
gets
happy.
dark at 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
I
happy.
thought. Wow, I thought it'd be like it because we get daylight saving time
I
here.
know I don't mess with that. Like I'm through with daylight savings. Like
No,
just fix the time. I think they try and treat us like animals and put us into hibernation. It keeps us working. I'm not sure.
okay. I wouldn't argue with you on that one. Yeah,
It's great
yeah,
to meet you. Thanks for having
yeah,
me.
yeah. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I discovered. Excuse me, I discovered you on Instagram,
Yeah.
and I was quite impressed. Like you do like martial
Uh,
arts. You like a bodybuilder, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I took a bit of time off Instagram. I was going through an off season, a growth phase. So yeah, I just kind of got stuck in and I got locked in. I've been back on the gram for a few months now, and it's great to have the reception and people like yourself reaching out to me. And
yeah.
just yeah, that's really cool. I don't really think about my audience when I post. I have a really big imagination. I do a lot of things, so it's nice to be creative for sure.
Yeah, like how many videos you make? Like what's like the most likes you got on a video? If you
Oh
could
my
tell me.
god! I think I did a video with my katana sword, and that
Yeah,
got that did pretty well. I think I hit my first 10K views
yeah,
with that, which was really great. I'm happy. That's why I'm happy to do this interview with you. You can talk about fitness, martial arts, calisthenics with me all day. I'm
yeah,
free.
yeah. Well, we could. I guess we could start with bodybuilding. Like, are
Okay.
you a competitive bodybuilder?
You know what? People ask me this. I
Yeah,
have lived the bodybuilding life for about 12 years. Just like any other woman, I stepped into the gym just wanting to feel better about myself.
right.
And back then, there was no Instagram, no selfies. You went to the gym because you liked the gym. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the high it gave me. Anyone that goes to the gym regularly, you know about that high. And I was like, I want to chase that. This is what I'm fighting for. It gave me such a relief physically, mentally, spiritually, and it's been part of my life ever since. Bodybuilding wise, I started to get really serious in the gym, let's say 6, 7 years ago. That's when I started to get myself a coach, started to train according to bodybuilders. It gets to a time where as a personal trainer, as a fitness instructor, I think you know now that you don't have to be in shape to be a PT. And because I take so much care of my body and my meals, competing was the next stage. It was just there, the door was open. But unfortunately, lockdown happened. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
was ready to compete, I was ready to get on stage, and then lockdown happened, all the gyms closed, the world went crazy for a while. Uh, so yeah, I went into a huge off season, maybe bigger than I would have liked, but yeah, I grew a lot of muscle in that time. I'm sure you can see the comparison in my
yeah.
before and after pictures. So yeah, my upper body used to be my least favorite part. So I'm glad to have built this. I'm really happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah. When what division would have competed in?
What division? I have a new coach now. Shout out to Barbara Kiss,
Okay.
Body by Babs. She's an amazing coach. I absolutely love her. She's the one that actually told me when we started coaching together that I'm no longer bikini. I trained most of my bodybuilding career to be in the Bikini Federation. I'm too big now.
Yeah.
I'm too
Yeah.
big now, and I'm not gonna like take a step back on my upper body training. So Babs, Barbara, she has let me know that if I do ever want to compete, it would be the figure division, and hopefully I could stay natural for that division as well. I know there's a lot of federations that do that too. Shout out to Cleo Fitness, who has just won gold at Two Bros. one of the natural black competitors, female in our country, and big shout outs to her. It's great to have another black female in our space doing the do. Big shout.
Okay. What she does like natural bodybuilding?
She does natural bodybuilding, yeah. She just
Oh,
competed
okay.
yesterday and won gold. And it's just amazing to see her on stage. Like, I've watched her I'm a big fan of hers. I've watched her prep from beginning of the year up until now. And it's amazing to see, amazing to see. I have an itch to shred just a little bit. I'm not as lean as I was at the beginning of the year, but I'm going into not an off season. I don't want to say off season. I'm going into an improvement phase. Once I did my shred, it took me a year. Once I did my shred, there were parts of me that I do want to grow. My legs, my quads, and Babs is amazing at that. So I've gone into a slight improvement phase for a while. You know, a little bit of body fat, but
Yeah.
you know what we do, you know.
Nah, you look
And
fine.
I'm huge. I'm the Incredible Hulk right now. I'm huge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, this is the thing that people don't see about bodybuilding. People see the finished package on stage, and they think that that's all you guys do. You just lift weights up and down. No, even in an improvement phase, an off season, you're pushing just as hard. Sometimes you're not hungry, and you have to eat your food. You have to keep up your protein. To be honest with you, I found off season harder than the prep. I can
Oh,
zone
yeah.
in to prep. Yeah, I can zone into prep. I'm very good at being disciplined and motivated. Off season, you have to watch your body grow, and you have to watch the scale go up and still kill it and still push yourself. And I've learned a lot through bodybuilding about what I can do. And I'm thankful for everyone that's helped me on my journey. Very thankful.
Well, we got a guest. His name is All the Rage George Page. Howdy, folks.
Hey.
And he got a question I was about to ask, but it's cool. So what got you into martial arts and bodybuilding? Well, she
Okay,
did say the bodybuilding part, but how
I
did
think
you
that's
get to
the bodybuilding
martial?
part. If there's
Yeah,
anything you want me to clarify, I can always answer those questions. But in terms of martial arts, again, I'm a very, they call it ADHD these days, but I'm creative, okay?
yeah.
I just like to do different things. I've always been like that. Since I was young, I was playing 3 musical instruments. By the time I was 10, I played the violin, the flute, and the piano. I gave up. I don't know why. High school
Yeah.
sucks.
I played the
High school
guitar, but
sucks. You know what I mean? Too much
yeah,
social
I played the
pressure.
guitar, and I
Yeah,
wasn't. Yeah,
It
I
sucks that I gave
stopped.
it up. I still have my old violin from when I was 9. Yeah.
Yeah,
So just like anything else, when lockdown happened, I was like, what do I always want to do? Like, we were in the house, everyone was getting fat. I was like, okay, what is it I've always wanted to do? And I promise you, Kat, I promise you, I went into my garden, I took one of my broomsticks, and I was like, okay, I watched a YouTube video, and I just started to practice. I cannot tell you the amount of times I hit myself on the leg. I hit myself up. I was like, what are you doing? You don't know anything about this. You've never done this before. It's been a journey, and I promise you, the first time that I really felt one with my weapon of choice, the bow staff, I was
yeah,
practicing one day, trying to get skills. Once again, had my earphones in.
yeah.
Once you realize that you have to, how can I put it? Once you realize that the staff is controlling you, you're not
Right,
controlling the staff. I don't know
right.
what took over me that day, but when music's in
Yeah,
your ear and heavy bassline funk is kicking in, the wind was moving me, and all of a sudden the jigsaw came together, and I've been using that method ever since.
yeah,
Big shout out to South London Action Design, CSC, CSC Stunts. They're the first people that got me into martial arts. I was doing Zoom with them in 2020. That was my first real flavor of Kung Fu. Big shout out to GKR Karate. That was my first big introduction into karate as well. Big shout out to Backstreet Dojo. That's where I learned K1, a lot of my Muay Thai skills as well. There are so many people to thank and congratulate on my martial arts journey. People that helped me from beginning to middle to end, getting hit, learning how to block. It's all helped me and just put that jigsaw puzzle together in my martial arts journey. I couldn't be more grateful.
So how long you been doing it? Like
Martial arts, I would say about 5-6 years now.
father said.
And
And you
yeah, when
started
I first
looking at
started, I was like, I'll
YouTube.
never get any better. And
You,
when I
you
first
start.
started, I did not believe in myself at all. It
Yeah,
was so new. It was so new. But luckily, again, with bodybuilding, taking the foundation of bodybuilding, the discipline, the motivation, what you have to do to get to that point, to get that result, that has overlaid into all my other activities and hobbies as well, especially calisthenics. I've been into calisthenics seriously for about 3 months now. Again, my discipline with bodybuilding, learning how to move my body in martial arts has helped that jigsaw as well. So I'm very grateful for what my body can do, for real.
Yeah. When you started getting better with the sticks, like when you found a teacher?
I had a teacher, yes.
Yeah.
Jordan from CSE Stunts, he was my first teacher. I practiced katana, bow staff, and nunchakus with him. And then slowly, I drifted off into solo, started to research, started to understand the weapon. That's one thing I'll definitely mention to anyone wanting to learn weapons. It's great having a one-on-one teacher, but you need to learn the history of that weapon. What are
Yeah.
you training? Why are you training? I've learned Kenju. I've gone to Kenjutsu. I've got a workshop next week as well, Samurai Sword, which I'm really looking forward to. Learn to know your sensei. Learn what their history is. Everything has a foundation. You need to learn it in order to absorb it. And I believe in that wholly, definitely.
Right.
I don't mind being a beginner in anything that I start. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All the way, George Page, what is your favorite fighting discipline?
Don't ask me that. Oh my God, there's too many. There's too many. Muay Thai is a G. Muay Thai is a G. But K1, similar styles. But if you don't know what you're doing, you'll get your head knocked in. But it taught me to be strong. It taught me to take punches. I definitely would put Muay Thai at the top. That's my favorite art and structure. I love Kung Fu. I absolutely love Kung Fu. I wish there was more organizations for me to learn from. Um, the time that I took with karate taught me a lot too. Learning katas was beautiful. And usually I train without really trying to accomplish things. You know, I just love to train. So it was nice learning the structure of karate, getting belts, doing different belts and excelling. That I found great. It was great to be able to teach as well.
Yeah, what kind of how did you absorb all that stuff? What's the process like? For because it's a lot of stuff you telling me you did this and that and
I don't
how,
know. You know,
how
I
do you
think it's just how
perfect
my
it?
brain works.
How
I
you
think it's just
perfect
how my brain
that?
works, Kat. I think it's just how my brain works. Again,
Yeah,
I no longer am apologetic about how my brain works.
yeah, nah,
You know what I'm
nah.
saying?
I mean, I
My
was
brain works
talking to
very
somebody. Yeah, no, I was talking to somebody that he was doing martial arts. He do tai chi, he do jujitsu, and you know, I did a little bit of martial arts, but you know, it seemed like I had to like focus on one thing because I was doing tai chi, and sometimes the movements it was complicated
of
and stuff.
course,
I stopped
of course.
doing it, but you know, it wasn't easy.
Of
You
course,
know,
no, none of the arts are easy. None
yeah.
of the arts are easy. I would definitely say have one discipline if that's what you love. Again, luckily, I was able to be blessed with amazing teachers. All of a sudden, I was receiving so much energy. I've been given the opportunity to learn different arts, so that's the biggest thing for me. But absorbing it, again, that's just kind of how my brain works. I got into trading as well. A big shout out to Vector Games Live, Zuria Key, one of my best educators. Thank you, Tyrone Foster, on my trading journey. Patrick Kenny, PK. Without you, fundamental analysis in trading. I couldn't have done it without you. And big ups to Jessica Walker. Afro is massive. Without these guys being my educators over the years, trading would just have been something that you hear in the wilderness, you know?
Yeah.
Financial literacy is probably one of the best things I could have gotten into, definitely. And it's given me more freedom as well to be able to train and do the things I enjoy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you like a fitness trainer also?
Yes, I'm a PT, I'm a fitness trainer too. I've been doing that for years, you know? So again, everything kind of comes from that foundation. It's great to have a solid foundation already with strength, with movement, to be able to teach others too.
Yeah,
I taught women and men who swore to me they couldn't box. They swore to me they'd never punched before, and I turned them into ninjas. You know, I'm gonna create my own crew, and then I'm gonna set up an underground cave, and there will be Ninja Turtles for the rest of our lives. That's my goal right
yeah.
now. Let me know if you want to be a Ninja Turtle with us, Kat. I'm
Yeah,
down.
I
I'm
don't
Donatello
know.
though. I'm Donatello though. Don't take that.
Kaale, the Wonder, she got a lot of energy. She could probably run all day if she had the time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm getting better at cardio. Thank you to my coach. Um, I'm a skipper. I like to jump rope. Again, when it comes to martial arts, boxing, that kind of thing, that's a huge part of your cardio movement. But now that I'm taking a step back from the shredded me, the mini me, I'm aggressive cardio has come down, and I'm working more towards endurance, stamina. So I'm not a great runner, but I'm definitely building on that now. I like to sprint. I love interval work, but I'm putting more emphasis on my long distance running now, definitely, and to
yeah.
keep this
Yeah.
weight level.
How long do you work out?
How long? Oh god, I this is the thing. I'm gonna sound crazy because I can be in the gym all day, but let's just say an average workout for me, let's say an hour 15, hour and a half, 2 hours if I'm boogieing between sets. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
that's
depends on the
good.
energy.
That's
It
good.
depends on the energy. I mean, that's what people really need to understand. Once you understand fitness, working out, you're not always going to go into the gym feeling 100%. Sometimes I'll go in, I'll be like, oh my God, I cannot. But that means I just have to warm up differently. If it means punching a bag, practicing kata, practicing a bit of kung fu, just to give my spirit that kick it needs to be able to lift some weights as well. I'm grateful for everything, but I miss lifting dumbbells. I could never leave that alone. I have to
Yeah,
lift the bar. Eventually I'll have to lift the bar sooner or later, you know?
yeah. Let me. Well, we could show some videos a little bit.
Oh
This
God,
this
you
is you
mean?
working out. Yeah,
Yeah,
look great.
that was the end of my prep. I had dieted for a year, so it's about 20 kg off. It wasn't easy.
Yeah,
It wasn't
no,
easy. Again, off season is just as hard as a prep. So, yeah, one day I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh God, I need to get all of this off now. But again, you have to go through that period in order to build that muscle. This is where I
yeah,
learned how to fly. I realized I could fly. Honestly, I've only recently discovered that I like dangling upside down.
yeah.
I love it.
You said you started like what 3 months ago with calisthenics? Oh
Calisthenics, I
wow.
started about 3 months ago, seriously. I had just come out of my prep phase. I got down to about in the low 60s. But unfortunately, again, not a lot of people know this about bodybuilding. Unfortunately, my body just didn't want to push anymore.
Mm,
This is when you need a great coach, like my coach Barbara, to pull you out and to reverse you correctly. Again, you've been hungry for a long time. Your body is doing extreme expenditure. You're fatigued. It got to a point where my body was
yeah,
like, I can't do anymore. I dropped food twice. Expenditure went up. And if anything, I was putting on weight. I was
yeah,
inflamed. My body was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. It was a struggle. Me and Babs had some words together. I was like, no, please, please help me shred a bit more. You want to see it. You want to see it, especially after being in an off season for so long. You want to see everything that you've worked for. But I
yeah,
had to listen to my body. I was inflamed. I was fatigued. And again, this journey with calisthenics never would have happened if I didn't listen to Barbara. If I didn't listen to Babs, how she reversed me out, kept my body level without putting on too much body fat. I got stronger with food. My performance improved. I couldn't thank her enough. I couldn't thank her enough.
what got you into doing calisthenics?
I've always loved it. I'll be honest with you. Before I even started lifting dumbbells, getting into bodybuilding, using a barbell, that's what I practiced. I spent hours in a studio. I remember when I first started fitness, I'm not a gym girl. I didn't go, I didn't go to university and do sports science. I went to university. I've got a law degree. I have a master's degree in law.
Yeah,
Uh, That's why I'm a great talker. That's why I can teach you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's why I can teach. But yeah, my background is in law. So when I went into fitness for the first time, I had no idea what I was doing. I spent hours in the studio. I realized I couldn't skip. My brother-in-law like asked me to skip. I skipped for 10 seconds. I nearly died. Cat, I nearly died. You
mm,
should be surprised I'm here. I nearly died. From there, I've always been that kind of person that was like, if I can't do something, I want to be better. From there, skipping became my favorite part of cardio. I started to do push-ups. on my knees like everyone else.
Right.
I like thinking back, it sounds crazy because I can use my body weight so well now. But yeah, I started push-ups on my knees like everyone else. I started doing different things with my body weight, planking. It's very simple, basic things, but that was my foundation before I even thought about picking up a dumbbell. Definitely. So calisthenics was always there, but then bodybuilding took over. 10 to 12 years in that, and now obviously you get a bit older. I want to try different things too, but the only way I can try different things is by increasing my food, increasing performance, increasing strength, even though the itch to diet is coming back, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you get better, like with the calisthenics, maybe because they like you like work on like doing what you would call it, the muscle ups and the pull ups and all that stuff. You can do competitions because
For real.
that's
For real.
yeah,
I promise you, Kat, when I first spoke to my coach about what I wanted to get into as I was
yeah,
reversing, coming out of my
yeah,
diet, all I wanted was the muscle up. Shout out to my guy that's teaching me, Marcus Foucher, built like gods. Thank you for all your help too. Yeah, literally, I just wanted the muscle up. I had no idea all this muscle memory was going to enable me to hang upside down, get elbow levers. I've discovered a lot about my body. I've realized I'm very good at static holding. I can hold myself for a very long time.
yeah,
Muscle ups, power, and explosion, I'm working on, but it's a fun journey, for real. It's a fun
yeah,
journey.
yeah. All the way George Page, Oshun.
Hi, all the rage.
Whenever they have a casting call for the next Black Panther movie for Doro Malahay, you should send in your videos. Yeah, I mean, you seem like you could do. Can you act?
I don't know. Like, I
Uh,
guess. I mean, I'm from London. Like, we can put on a show, you know?
yeah.
Uh,
You ever been
I don't
outside
know.
of London? You,
Huh?
ever, have you ever been outside of London? Like
Oh, I've traveled everywhere. I've been everywhere.
been New
It's
York
another
or
lifetime.
New York included?
I've been to LA. I've been to
Oh,
LA. I've
okay.
never been to New York. One of my closest people, shout out to my peoples in New York, the breakdancers in New York. Again, in another lifetime,
Yeah.
b-boy hip hop gave me so much, and I miss it.
Yeah,
I
I
miss it
noticed
dearly.
one of them like I seen one of the videos on your Instagram. You was kind of doing like this breakdancing move with your legs or something like that. Like you was doing like a push up position and then you was like moving. You was like twisting your leg and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I never really got into threw myself into b-boying. I practiced a few things, like
yeah,
I can step, I can move my body around, but I got more into the workshop side, the promotion side. I did a European tour with some of the biggest b-boys around the world, and
yeah.
I'm so grateful. Shout out
That's
to,
cool.
my goodness, shout out to my Zulu Kings, Dynamic Rockers. Oh my goodness, there's so many b-boys that I'd like to, and b-girls too, in the
Yeah,
UK and USA. We had some good times. We had some good times. I'm very grateful for what hip hop, knowledge, creativity has taught me, and I hope for one day to be back in that scene again for sure.
yeah, yeah. Like did you see the Olympics when they had the b-boy competition?
I did see the Olympics, and again, um, from the generation I've come from and seeing where hip hop has come from, it was a disappointment. Hip
Yeah,
hop, breaking, we've done a lot to reach that pinnacle where people can look at us and take it seriously. I've seen and met some of the best b-boys in the world that deserve to be on that stage too. And it really sucks that somebody that wasn't at the best caliber took up so much space, and that's what got the attention. It
yeah,
sucks. It
yeah,
sucks because anyone listening to this, the b-boy scene, it's a feeling, it's a spirit. You can go to another country and just say b-boy, and yo, you don't even speak English, everyone's clapping your hand, everyone's
yeah,
shout out to the Polish b-boys.
yeah,
I've traveled the world, I've been all over Europe, and b-boy took me there, and I'll forever be grateful for that, forever be grateful.
yeah. That's pretty dope. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. I think a kid from the Bronx. He won the men's b-boy
Yeah,
dance. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
still follow B-boying. I still watch battles, not as much as I used to. Like back in the day, I'd be there with my popcorn. Like it's a vibe, you know, when you really follow the scene like that. You're traveling for workshops, you're traveling for competitions. Like I can just sit down and watch a footwork battle. Like, whoa, some of the girls back in the day,
yeah,
wow, yeah, footwork is, and that's what I feel we're not seeing so much. Kudos to all the new breakers. Kudos to all the kids that are coming up in the scene. But because of the heighten of social media and the easy accessible to get YouTube videos, you don't see people learning like they used to. I'll be scrolling my feed. I'll see like a 9-year-old do like 10 air flares, 10 windmills in a row. Okay, but where's your footwork? Where's the dance? Where's the rock? Where is it? This disappoints me, but I have to understand that the generation has changed. And I'm sure when I was in the scene, the generations before us were also saying that too. So I'm just being old, you know.
yeah.
But no,
What's
kudos to all the new come-ups that are coming up. Definitely.
yeah.
There's some amazing dancers out there for sure.
What's your favorite breakdance movie you ever seen? Like Beat Street or Breaking?
Oh,
I never seen
movie.
Breaking. Yeah, movie. I never seen
Everyone's gonna
Breaking.
cuss me out, but it has to be breaking. It has to be breaking. Rest in peace, Shabadoo. Rest in peace, Shabadoo. We were gonna do a workshop back in the day, and it never actually happened.
Yeah,
Peace to him, his family. It was a great disappointment to lose him during COVID. Seriously, it was. We
yeah,
were very close to doing a workshop back in the day, and it never actually happened. But I would have loved to work with him. I would have loved to work
yeah,
with him. Rest in peace,
yeah.
Shab.
I'm pretty curious. Like, how old are you? You look young.
I'm young at heart.
Oh, well, you in your 30s?
Young at heart.
Oh, okay. You don't want to answer it. Oh, okay. I
I'm
know
young
I'm
at
older
heart.
than you, but I ain't
Huh?
gonna go there.
Let's just say I drink my water, I mind my business. That's how young I am.
Okay, all right. I'm not mad at you.
I
Yeah, yeah. So like with the martial arts, like how far you want to reach? Like what's like the goal for you in doing that? If I could
I
ask you
think
that.
just like with calisthenics, there is no end goal. Unfortunately, with bodybuilding, there's a, I hate to say that there's a finish line, but there is. There is. You know, you compete, you go pro, you do shows, you do shows, you do shows, but it does get to a point where your body does start to slow down. You get older, you want different things, you want to marry, you want to have kids. So with bodybuilding, there is a shelf life. And I'm not going to lie, I think there is still space and time for me to finally get on stage. It's the only thing I haven't done yet, and I think I need to do it. I think I need to
Okay.
do it. But luckily, with martial arts, calisthenics, there's no end goal. I've been taught by senseis in martial arts that have been teaching for 20 plus years, and that's why they are where they are. I've had knowledge that is 100, 500 years old. There's no ending to martial arts. You can always get better. You can always learn more. And next goal for me is to definitely maybe go to Thailand, go to Bali, and just hit a gym. Just kind of really learn from authentic trainers. That would be great. That would be great.
Have you been to China or?
I've been to China, but not for martial arts. I was there for a b-boying event. But I have been to China. A bit crazy over there, but it's cool.
Yeah, I know they do wushu and Tai Chi
Yeah,
Chuan.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Asia that I think I want to explore, just for the main fact of wanting to learn different martial arts and have
yeah.
a true sensei develop my skills. I think there's some sort of package you can go to where you can learn that kind of thing. I'd love to. I would love to. I'm scared too, though. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, I would love to take my martial arts journey to another country that has a foundation. Japan, China, Phuket. I would love to go to one of those places. So, inshallah, that's in the memory right now.
You said earlier you do like Muay Thai. Like, would you want to do like MMA, or that's too much for you?
I've thought about it. I'm not really one for rapping on the floor, but I
Yeah,
haven't tried it. I don't know if I'm good. Again, Kat, there's so many things that I've tried that I didn't think I was good at. And I think that's one of the things that people really need to remember, especially as you get older. Fear sucks, especially as you get older. You want to do new things. but you are conscious of how your body moves. You're conscious of what you can do. I cannot be more grateful at this age for the way my body can move and how it easily transfers into different realms of fitness, for sure. I'm very proud of that. So the world's my horizon. Next year you could see me doing another thing completely. I don't know.
Yeah. I look at a little bit of MMA, like it's through clips and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. No, I know some amazing people that do MMA,
Yeah.
BJJ as well. I don't know it's for me, but I definitely give kudos. And I'm seeing a lot of women get into the scene as well with BJJ. It looks killer. Like
Yeah.
those ground movements, whoa. But I think I'm more of a stand-up fighter. I think I'm
Yeah.
more of a stand.
This is other thing called bare knuckle. I all Ray George Page. He interviews people that do MMA and
Yeah,
bare knuckle. I'm
yeah.
not really into
I've
like
never
looking
done
at women do that type of stuff.
a,
That's crazy.
yeah, I've never done a bare knuckle fight with anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, if I'm in the gym and I see a bag, I'm gonna punch that bag with my knuckles. My knuckles have developed a lot of strength. Knuckle push-ups all the way, you know. Knuckle strength is one of the biggest things that I can tell you to work on, and wrist strength when it comes to
Yeah.
martial arts. I mean, honestly, if you're in a real fight, ain't no one waiting for you to go and get your gloves. Like, hold on, let me get my gloves on, please. You need to know the power of what your knuckles can do. The movies lie to us. They make it look like you punch someone in the face and it doesn't hurt. If you have
Yeah.
not trained your knuckles and you punch someone and you don't know how to punch properly, you could break your own hand. So this
Yeah.
is something that
Yeah.
I always keep in mind. Again, it's not for everyone, but I do favor knuckle push-ups. I do favor hitting a bag with my bare knuckles, for sure, for sure. The strength I have in my knuckles, I'm grateful for that, for sure.
What you have to improve like overall?
What do I have to improve?
Yeah.
My muscle up, my ab work as well. I have abs,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely going into strengthening my core for calisthenic work, holding myself upside down, power and explosion, getting myself over the bar. It's definitely a humbling experience. Handstands are my nemesis. It's crazy, but
Yeah.
there's a lot. There's a lot I've learned. There's a lot I've learned. But handstands, the core conditioning, knowing, being aware of your body and how to use it when you're upside down. I've learned that a lot, for sure. For sure. I'm looking forward to learning more. Shout out to all the girls that I've met on the Kaale scene. Charlie, Andrea, Jules, big shout out to you. Grace as well. Zainab. Oh my God, there's so many. All of you guys. Simi, thank you guys for welcoming me into a new scene, teaching me new things. I'm just happy to know you.
Yeah. The handstand. Yeah, I remember I was doing that. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It's
But I,
hard as
I
hell.
kind of stopped.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard as hell. It like the kid in me is like, keep going, keep going. The adult in me is like, this sucks. I can't do it. This hurts. But you've got to listen to that kid sometimes. Unfortunately, as you get older, that bit of imagination that we have, it goes away. And I think I still have mine, and I'm grateful for that.
You
Without
do
my
it.
imagination, yeah, without my imagination, you would not see the videos that you do.
Yeah.
That's
You
just,
do.
yeah, these are the things that go in my head, you know?
Yeah. You practice like on the wall, or like how do you practice
I've been
doing it?
practicing on the wall, but now I'm getting a bit braver without the wall now. So I'm able to just
Okay.
kick up into a handstand. It's not great yet,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm able to kick up into a handstand. But there's a few things I've learned from back in the day. I can still cartwheel. I can still one-handed cartwheel. So expect to see a no-handed cartwheel, an aerial very soon. Because
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really cool into that, and I love doing kicks as well. You know,
Yeah.
kicks are one of the biggest things too.
I didn't hear you say on this. Like, have you ever practiced capoeira? Yeah.
Shout out to my teacher Nilio.
Okay.
Shout
Yeah.
out.
How many teachers you got? Like, that's
I've,
wild. Like,
I've had plenty of teachers, guys. You know who you are. One person in particular, I won't name, but
like
he
you
is
training
my.
to be like you training to be
I've had so many
a
teachers.
Batman or a crime fighter or something.
One of my biggest teachers, I won't name, but he has been my biggest
Yeah.
teacher. He knows who he is. But yeah, when it comes to capoeira, Nilio, thank you so much. Jinga, Queixada, it opened my mind to something new and exciting. And that's when I really knew that I could kick quite well. And
Yeah.
I still train capoeira up until now. I wish there was more of a scene around where I live because I would love to. But most of the time, if I'm training capoeira, I have to kind of train on my own. There's not too many people that do capoeira or understand the language. You know, that's why when I go to Kaale events and meet new people that know this thing, it's great. You know, shout out to Leo. You know, I
How
met him
often
at
you go to Cali? Like how often you go to?
I try to go to as many events as I can.
Oh,
Really,
okay.
truly, I really try to dive in and get to know the community as well. It's really cool. It's great to network with them. They're so welcoming. They're so welcoming. I was just
Yeah.
standing there being all nervous. They were like, "Hey, come try this." Next thing you know, I'm hanging upside down. It was great. It was great. Calisthenics, the people there, they show me so much, so much. I've had amazing teachers, amazing teachers.
Yeah. Yeah. Always George Page. The fight game is no joke. Yeah.
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 Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I mean, a lot of my artistry, while I had teachers to begin with, a lot of it was self-taught. I mean, we spent like 2.5 years in lockdown, so it's one thing for someone to teach you something, but it's another thing to keep going. You know, so the time that I did take off of social media and was prepping and shredding, I still trained. I still trained capoeira. I still trained my weapons. I still trained everything. So being able to manage everything is it's great. It's great.
Right.
But yeah, most of it has been self-taught, having to put yourself in there and make up a weekly schedule for yourself to stay accountable. And I put all that down to bodybuilding, keeping myself accountable. It's huge.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
what inspires you like to do the stuff that you do? How do you get like the
Why?
motivation? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know what inspires me. I think I just enjoy what I do
Yeah.
thoroughly.
Mm.
I think I just enjoy what I do thoroughly. Like people will look at me and say, yo, your arms, yo, your shoulders. I don't see the gym as a job, even though that's what I do. I don't see working out as a chore, even when I'm tired.
Yeah.
You don't regret a workout. You can feel so low. You can feel like you cannot do it. And then you come out the other side and you're like, yeah, I ticked that box. Honestly, I think the biggest thing for me is that I just enjoy what I do. And I think in this day and age, there's not enough people in this life that enjoy what they do, unfortunately.
Yeah, you ain't lying
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Some
You ain't
people
lying
do
about
jobs that they
that.
cannot stand. Some people are doing
Yeah.
things that they don't enjoy and have to wake up every single day and do that.
Yeah.
I am grateful to the universe that I am able to do what I enjoy with my life. And I'm grateful
Yeah.
to you for seeing my work and thinking it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Like what I seen. Yeah, it was pretty dope. Oshun. How do you pronounce your name? Oshun?
Ocean, ocean, yes,
Oshun. Would
yes.
you be interested in being a trainer?
A trainer in what?
Yeah, yeah,
I already
yeah.
PT. I already PT. I'm already a
I
fitness
think
trainer.
he's trying to
What
say
am I taking
fitness trainer. I
Yeah,
think he's trying to
I
say.
already PT. I'm already a fitness trainer, but that's very casual now. I've taken a huge step back from
Yeah.
one-on-one training and group training. Again, I trade now. There's so,
Did,
but I've taken a
did,
huge step back
okay.
from PTing and fitness training. But I still teach. I teach
Yeah.
because I enjoy it. I teach it because I teach because I love seeing people get stronger. People
Yeah.
enjoy me teaching. you know they like me to teach. I can talk, I can motivate people, so I'm always going to teach. But I've taken just a bit of a step back and I'm focusing on my own hobbies now and my own activities, so I'm grateful for that.
What kind of hobbies do you do outside of working out? If I
Oh
can
my
ask you
god,
that.
I like
I don't know if I can ask you that one.
that sounds crazy because it sounds like I don't do anything but freaking work out. um I'm learning Spanish at the moment. I like to learn
Okay.
languages.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to
Yeah.
learn different languages. What other hobbies do I have? So I like to read. I like to just learn in general. I mean, like the other day I was just Googling and I found myself in a whole new world. I was just learning about numerology and how this caters to different things in the stars. Like, I just like learning shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
but
That's
definitely trading was one of the biggest things that I had to learn. Trading is not for the weak at all. It's one of the biggest things I've ever had to learn, but I'm grateful that I came out the other side for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Like, you learning Spanish, and what made you
Yeah,
want to do Spanish?
yeah. I mean, I don't know much right now, but yeah,
Yeah,
slowly but surely. Again, coming out of the prep mode, just finding things to fill that void. I mean, Kat, I'm sure you
yeah,
understand. After dieting for a whole year and then reversing out
yeah,
of it as a bodybuilder, there is a huge void that you need to fill. All that cardio, all that training, all those steps, the food, you have to fill that void. And naturally, someone coming from a disciplined place, such as bodybuilding, I had to find something else to fill that void to help me keep going. And calisthenics did that for me for sure. Learning handstands, learning Spanish, getting better with trading always. And just like everything else, trading, there's a never ending road. Right now, the markets, with the war that's happening around the world, that's going to influence the markets. It's amazing to
yeah.
understand fundamentals and how this affects the money around you. There's a reason they don't
You,
teach this in school. So yeah,
yeah, you think they're gonna have a World War III?
I wouldn't put it past us. Kat, I thought I'd be long gone before I would see this madness. I I didn't think I
Yeah,
would be alive to see a World War III. Like, wow. But the world is really changing around us. But thank God we have Wi-Fi, we have internet, and we have social media to be able to connect with people. I think that's the only thing keeping people sane right now. But the world around us is very scary. And trading, luckily for me, keeps me up to date with the news and what's going on around us as well, even in different countries. So, but it's
yeah.
a
What
lot.
what like do you have like clients like that you consistently train?
Yes. Yeah.
Uh,
I have clients that I won't let go. I mean, they're my long-term clients. I've known them for a while. But I normally just train people up until their wedding or a holiday. If anyone wants to train long-term with me, you're more than cool. But life moves on, just like myself. I don't PT and fitness instruct as much as I used to. I'm happy to train people to where they want to be. If they want to continue with me, all good. If they're taking that next step and they feel great to go solo, all good as well. I always let my clients know that you won't need me forever. And they're like, no, Ocean, no, I'll always need you. No, you will not. One day, I will be able to let go of your hand and you will just wake up and hear my voice and get yourself to the gym. And that means my work has been done, you know?
yeah, yeah. Do like in London, do they have like a OCB show, or what kind of like I guess they don't, because you accent it's a natural bodybuilding organization,
Yes, they do.
OCB.
Yes, they do. That's the one that my friend that I mentioned competed in. It was a
Oh,
two
okay.
two bros event. I'm not sure of the federation. I'll go and recheck, but they do have a natural federation. Again, I'm an open book. Let's say never.
Yeah,
Let's say never. It's the only thing I haven't filled is competing. I have not stepped on that stage, and I don't think I'll ever truly be fulfilled until I do it at least once. I'm not
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to, I'm not trying to get like trophies and go pro, and not that
You
that's a
don't
bad
have
thing.
to.
No, I
You
know,
don't have
right?
to. Yeah.
Not that
I
that's a
mean,
bad thing. Not that that's a
I
bad thing. I mean, if
yeah,
going pro was in the books, okay. But again, you do not have to look like this to be a personal trainer. As I've progressed in my journey, it kind of just happened automatically. I've fallen in love with how bodybuilders train. I've fallen in love with how they eat and structure themselves and discipline themselves. So it's just the next page to my book,
yeah,
and the only thing that stopped it was lockdown. So I really have to think now how I want to go about it. Again, I'm not bikini anymore. I would be in figure. I would have to decide, do I want to go natural? Do I want to grow and be really competitive there? There's a lot to consider. But
yeah,
yeah, if my coach was on my side with that, which I'm sure she would be, she's let me know if you ever do want to compete, then it's in the books.
yeah. This past weekend, I went to an NPC show
Yeah, I saw that. I
with
saw
the
that.
yeah. I seen you liked it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had the fit model, the
What do
wellness
you
and
think about
bikini.
this new category? What do you think about the fit model
It's funny because a lot of people, they don't get it with the fit model. They just don't get it. There was this woman, like she seemed like she was a fitness trainer,
Yeah.
and like she was like, I'm not really in tune with this. I'm not even focused on this. I don't get it.
Again, I think
Like how
everyone
do
needs
they
to
train?
understand
Like imagine that's what she was saying. She was like, I can't. How am I train them? Like
when you
she
when you really fall in love with bodybuilding.
yeah
Like I didn't go into bodybuilding with the intention of getting this big. I did not. It happens
yeah
because you love training, you know. I don't know what I really thought about the new category at first. I was
yeah
like, huh? Because I'm so used to seeing the hardness, you know, like literally
yeah
my face is full of it. But I think it's a new and a good way for helping new competitors grow.
yeah
Getting them onto the stage, you know, again, you have to work quite hard before you even get to stage if you want that muscle growth, you know? So I think Fit Model kind of gives a open space for people who have maybe not been in it for so long to show off their physique and then maybe work their way up as well. I mean, I'm sure you've seen bikini. Bikini has got harder and harder
yeah
every year, every season. You know what I'm
yeah
saying? But my back is huge now, so I can't bikini anymore,
yeah.
unfortunately. But
I was
yeah.
yeah, no, I was talking with this young lady that was like sitting next to me. She was doing she was a bikini pro. Then
Yeah,
she's moving into figure because she was getting bigger. So
sure.
yeah
And it's really hard. Like when you enjoy training upper body, it's
yeah
really hard to say, all right, I'm not going to train this as hard. I love training shoulders. I think shoulders are my most favorite exercise. I love training shoulders. I love training back as well. It's hard to say, okay, for the sake of competing, I'm going to bring that down. I love training. And again, with calisthenics as well, it's very hard. At this time, I train upper body, like in the gym, very sparsely. Most of my upper body training now is calisthenics, and I'm still growing. And
yeah yeah
I'm not even trying to, you know, I'm not even trying to, but I'm still growing just from the stimulus of being on a bar, managing my body weight. I mean, definitely they go hand in hand. Anyone that wants to see what their body can do, calisthenics really humbled me as a bodybuilder. It will
how,
really let you see what your body can do. Yeah.
yeah. How many push-ups you can do like in a set?
I don't know. I don't really test myself. I'm sure I can get 20 in without taking a break, but I don't
Okay.
know how many I could do. No,
Oh, you
I'm sure
don't
I can
count like that? You don't be counting like that?
it depends. I mean, if I'm gonna do push-ups, they wouldn't be regular. They wouldn't be regular. Like say I was gonna do 30 push-ups, I would do 10 neutral, 10 wide, 10 close.
Yeah.
Uh, I would work on intensity. I would get on my knuckles. I would go from do you remember back in the day when everyone was doing those crazy push-ups like tick, 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 all over the place with their
Oh,
forearms?
I
I
know
would do
what you're
something like
talking
that.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm very good. I could stand up, I could fall to the floor and jump into a push-up. So I just work on intensity. Anyone that's into push-ups and calisthenics like that, you've got to mix it up. Definitely. So I've got like parallettes that I use at different angles just to, wake up these fibers and give myself more detail.
Do you
So
do bridge push-ups?
with push-up, I
Like
haven't
bend
tried.
it?
I
Oh,
haven't
like
tried.
being like on a wheel and just doing that like that because I know cat like on capoeira like they do that like you be in
They're in a
like a
bridge
bridge.
and they're doing
Yeah, and
push-ups.
then
I've never
yeah,
tried.
you're
I've
not.
never tried.
Yeah, right. Maybe you could try it. Maybe you could try
Possibly,
that.
possibly. The
Yeah,
world is open. The world
yeah,
is open. I'm definitely enjoying capoeira a lot more. I'm really enjoying kicks at the moment and just returning back to that. I really love that. I love that.
yeah. One thing you have is confidence in yourself,
Thank you,
and
all the
then
rage.
yeah, there's PCA or Physical Community Association. It's natural.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
knows a lot about the bodybuilding community.
Thank you, all the rage. That's so cool.
Also, it's another
Ah,
money grab for the IFBB.
yeah,
He's
all the
talking
rage.
about the
I
fit
didn't want to
model.
say it. I didn't want to get
Yeah,
blackballed, yo. I'm not in the scene to be blackballed, yo. So you said it, not me. You said it, not
yeah,
me. Again, I did kind of think that fitness model was kind of just a way to open up and get more money and sponsorships and stuff like that. But I also agree it's a way for less muscular physiques to be able to enter the scene and show off what they've got. Everyone starts somewhere. I didn't start with this muscle. Back then, if there was a space for me to enter as I was, if you saw me 2, 3 years ago, if you look at my profile, then I thought I had muscle. I was skinny as hell. But also, the idea of what muscle is has changed. Like, women are huge now.
Yeah.
5 years ago, it was nice to be that slim, muscular look. But as social media has progressed, as training has progressed, as knowledge has progressed, women are really getting big now. So you just have to go with what you are. But I'm happy I started where I was. It wasn't about selfies for me. It wasn't about going to the gym with a phone. I went and I fell in love with it, and here I am. You know.
Yeah. What was the process like when you first started working out? You
The
said you were
process.
skinny. Yeah, like
I wouldn't say
just
I was skinny because I was a big kid, like, and not on
yeah.
purpose. I went through that stage. I was a big kid, you know. So I've always managed my weight from about 15, 16, and it wasn't in the best way. I promise you, I've done every diet known to man when I was young. I've done everything. I've done
Yeah.
keto, I've done low carb. I've done everything. I've tried to manipulate food because I didn't understand how to eat. And back then we didn't have social media. I didn't have a coach either teaching you these things. You know what I mean? So as time progressed, I started to learn about food. Thinking back now, I don't even think anyone was mentioning protein years ago when I started. I don't think anyone cared.
Yeah.
You know, it was just about going to the gym, you know, but learning to eat and fuel my body. I rarely look at food as food anymore. It's fuel to me.
Yeah.
It's fuel to me. You know, everything is about how I can best just perform. Don't get me wrong. I love food. I love sweet things. I love that kind of stuff. But after a couple of days, I'm like, yo, I need vegetables now. You know. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what are you Nigerian or?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I figured that. I
Yes.
figured that.
You figured that's cool. That's cool. Because most people say, you know, I don't look it. I don't know what being a Nigerian is meant to look like, but I think I look Nigerian.
No, because I know like in the UK, you know, a lot of Nigerians, they're mostly there,
Yeah.
black people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Nigeria. My mom and dad they're both Nigerian.
Oh. You ever been there, or you just been to UK all
Yeah,
your life?
yeah. The last
Oh.
time I went there, but the last time I went there was about 15 years ago. I'm
Oh,
embarrassed.
okay.
Yo, Nigerian community, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Your sister hasn't been to a country in 15 years, you know? But I do want to go back. There's just not much taking me there anymore. Before, when I used to go, it was to visit my granddad and, you know, to visit my elders.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, people have passed away and stuff. There's not much taking me there unless I just wanted to go for a holiday. You know what I'm saying? But there's not much taking me to Nigeria. But hopefully one day I'll go back for sure.
Yeah, you guys got this reputation to scamming, you know, all that stuff.
So you just reminded me of someone who said the same thing last week. But
it is what it is. My folks, yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, we got a reputation of scamming. I mean, white people have a reputation of taking over people's countries. I mean, we all got our shit.
Yeah.
We all got our shit.
my folks are from Liberia.
Liberia? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Have you ever been?
No, never been there.
Okay,
The war, they had the outbreak, and right now it's not really great. You know, I heard that they don't have medicine. Huh?
Where do you live?
I live in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I have a friend that lives in Brooklyn, and her name is Melanie. You know, very good friend of mine. She's a dancer. You know, I'd love to visit one day. I'd love to.
Yeah. Check out NYC. It's cool. Well, I ain't gonna lie. It's crazy. You know, probably
right now. Like,
huh?
Wow, it must be really crazy in America right now. I'm sure.
Yeah, we got our crazy parts.
Yeah,
we definitely got our crazy parts. I heard the UK ain't all that kind of sweet and sipping tea and all that crazy.
We don't like. I swear, you need to come down here because we don't sip tea.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've been kind of curious, seeing, like, talking to people from the UK. I've been kind of like curious to go check it out. I've really been wanting to check it out. Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
UK is cool. I mean, if you don't mind the weather, the mood swings,
Yeah,
The UK is cool. I mean, when I went to the US,
yeah,
it's like a neighbor. It's like a neighbor. The only thing is, I have to keep my mouth shut because Americans, like when you talk with an English accent, they just looking
yeah.
at you like
No, I
it's
think we like
right.
poke fun at it, like not
It's
like
so funny.
maliciously, but I think it's like we watched James Bond, and
You guys think that's how we are? I
there
know.
was this show that I used to watch. It was a sci-fi show. It was called Blake Seven.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever heard of it. They were like
I'm
space
ringing a
outlaws and
bell.
stuff like that. It's called Blake Seven,
Yeah,
but I used to look at it when I was a kid. It was like a sci-fi TV
yeah.
show. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, but I don't know. With the accent, I don't know. We think of Harry Potter and all this
I've
other
never
stuff.
I've never seen a Harry Potter movie. I really haven't.
I try to
I
watch
really
some of
haven't.
it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But no, we don't like sip tea and eat crumpets. We're very multicultural here. I think
yeah,
that's one thing the US don't really understand. Like we are flooded with American culture. So we're able to
yeah,
understand you guys very easily. But you
yeah.
guys don't get as much of that from us. So all you guys see is Harry
I could
Potter,
understand.
James Bond.
Yeah.
We're like having tea and crumpets and stuff.
So
You
we're
know,
ignorant. That's what you're saying. I get
speak
it.
and you know and speaking the Queen's language. I promise you, half
Yeah,
the people in the UK don't speak the Queen's language like that.
yeah.
No,
Well, we
but
see you guys rap. Well,
we're very
we see.
multicultural around here.
Yeah,
So many people now.
yeah, we see you guys rapped and all that stuff, like
Do you
with
not
the
see the shitty
ciphers and
rap?
all that
You
stuff.
don't see the shitty rap. We don't rap like, not all of us. There's some very good rappers out here.
Yeah,
But
of
yeah, I know
course.
you.
Moni Love, Slick Rick,
Yo,
who
Moni.
else? Who
Yo.
else? Who else? Yeah,
I
there's
love
like
Moni. I love Moni. I love Moni
two.
Love.
There's,
Slick Rick. Yo, the art of
yeah, that's our
storytelling.
boy.
I'm his new album is pending. I need to listen to that album and just see how much he's evolved. You know, in his artistry and his storytelling as well. I've seen some reviews and I really want to listen to it. But yeah, the art of storytelling, like that, I love that
Yeah,
album.
yeah, yeah. He's a great storyteller. Like when he raps and stuff.
Definitely, definitely. And I know he's like back and forth, like but he's got that accent there, and it's just so
Yeah.
fresh. The way he mixes it up, it's so fresh. I'm a huge fan of Slick Rick. Huge fan.
Yeah. And then Fab and Flashy. Nah, you have Nigerian features and you are stunning. Yeah, I mean you're
Oh,
very you're very attractive. You
oh,
definitely have Nigerian
thank
features, your
you.
eyes, cheekbones.
Thank
Oh, okay.
you.
Then I'm from the South and people think we all sleep with our cousins.
Oh my
Okay.
God. All the
Yeah.
rage. I don't think that. But I do think in the South that you kind of, do you slur? You like go there, right there. You lot slur. I don't know. Just like in England, you lot think we say in it. Well, I do say in it a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
But in the South, you guys slur a lot. I don't know, like right there. I was just like that all day.
That's
I was
the
just like that all day.
he's from North Carolina.
North
He don't
Carolina.
sound like that. He don't really sound like
How do they
that.
talk over there? We just assume everyone from the South is talking that way, you know, like Texas and everywhere. So
Nah, he says
is that like
21 Savage, Dana Dane, and
is
can't
that like
forget
yeah,
Idris Elba was a DJ before he did The Wire. Okay, or he's just saying it.
ah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
yeah. You ever had Southern food? I don't think you ever had Southern food.
but I don't want to say yes because then I'll get
Yeah.
cussed out because I'm sure my version of what Southern food is. I've never like what are chitlins? What are they?
I never had chitlins.
What is that? Is it pork? I don't eat pork.
Maybe he might tell you more than me.
Yo, all the rage. What are chitlins and do you eat them? I've had fried chicken. I've never had cornbread. I don't even want to say it because again, I know nothing about Thanksgiving, but I want to try sweet potato pie.
Yeah,
That
that's
sounds
good.
so good.
Yeah,
That
it's good.
sounds so good. Like you don't understand. Like I see how you guys make it.
I
I'm
see
like,
the
oh,
Nigerian in you already.
I want to try that so bad, you know. But again, I like stews. I still eat like my Nigerian
Yeah,
delicacies, but
yeah,
I don't eat very hard food like gari and pounded yam and stuff like that.
yeah,
You know, that's a bit too heavy for me. But and especially with what I do for work and how I train. But I try and keep to some delicacies as well. I like different
yeah.
stews. I like a goosey. I like a bono soup as well. It's really cool.
Albano soup. I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
Oh, I can't
Yeah,
explain. You have to take the taste from my tongue. It just, oh, it's
yeah.
beautiful. It's
I,
beautiful.
yeah, I remember my mother took me to this African market, like somewhere in the Bronx, and
Yeah,
they have like they have the steamed fish and
yeah.
like this stuff I don't even know what to how to explain to you, but they have different African stuff,
Different
you
things,
know.
different
Yeah,
things, you know. Like Africa is very, their delicacies, wherever you go, there's things that you will enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'm open to trying different foods from different countries. It's hard for me though. Again, I still kind of live the bodybuilding life. I'm still on a meal plan. I know I don't have to be, but that's how I best structure my life, if that makes sense. I know
yeah,
I could be more intuitive now. I'm definitely in a place where I can choose my own macros and be more intuitive. But I found a meal plan works better for me. I like to wake up. I like to know what I'm eating. I like to know if I have to make a decision, I'll either undereat or overeat.
yeah.
Knowing me, knowing me. So for now, as I'm still like in that whole bodybuilding mindset, I'm gonna stick to a meal plan, and I just like to know what my foods are. Yeah.
Yeah. He says hog guts. That's what chitlins are.
Dude, dude, all the rage. Have you had it? Is it nice? What do you do? Sprinkle some season? Like what? Like how does that taste good? Or maybe
Yeah.
it just sounds like it's not nice. Maybe it's nice. But I've heard this again. You'll hear American TV and they will talk and say chitlins, chitlins, and I have no idea what it is, but we hear it all the time, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And mac and cheese, collard greens, fried chicken,
There
and
you go.
carrots.
That's what I was thinking of. Mac and cheese, collard greens, fried chicken, all of that. All of that. Does it,
How is the food like in the UK? Is mostly like Americanized food or how,
I would say so. I would
yeah,
say so. But
yeah.
again, if you want like traditional English food, you can get that. I mean, I'll grab some fish and chips, no
What's
worries.
traditional? What's traditional English food?
I sound so horrible because there's nothing traditional about being in the UK anymore. Maybe fish and chips, but really and
Fish and
truly,
chips.
fish and fish and chips. But I'll be honest with you, we've become so multicultural
Yeah.
that the UK delicacy is a curry, and curry is Asian food. But
Oh,
this is
okay.
one of the biggest things that we eat in this
Yeah, a lot of
country. Go
Indians
to
are in
any,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
a lot
crazy.
of
Go
Indians.
to
Yeah.
anyone who was born, bred here. Yep, Friday night I'm going for a curry. Saturday I'm going for a curry. But it's not our delicacy. But if I said our delicacy, I would say fish and chips. I don't know if people still eat beans on toast. I'm not a beans on toast person, but I like a
Uh,
jacket potato if I can. whatever
that's
whatever the
interesting.
time takes me. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
don't really eat too much English delicacy foods, to be honest.
yeah.
Don't leave me around cheese. You won't see it anymore.
I'm not mess. I'm not mad at you.
Don't leave me
And
around cheese.
here we eat the hog from the rooter to the tutor.
Dude,
Yeah, he eats down from down south. He's from North Carolina. That's what they do.
I don't eat pork, and I'm not condemning anyone that does eat pork, because I've used to eat pork. It's just that my religion's changed. I'm Muslim, so I don't eat pork now.
Are you
But I've
Muslim?
eaten, yes, I've eaten
Okay.
I've eaten pork before. I remember what bacon tastes like. Yeah, yeah. I just don't eat it anymore. That's all. But I remember pork very well, and I'm sure it's good. I
Yeah.
just don't
How
eat
long
any.
you been Muslim, if you don't mind me asking?
A very long time now, actually.
Okay.
I'm a revert, so my mum converted first, and then the rest of
Oh,
my family, and I kind of followed over there. It's been a journey, my journey into Islam. Again, learning about myself, learning how to pray,
yeah.
learning to find making a place to pray, understanding my purpose.
Right.
I've tried. Well, I wouldn't say I've tried. My mum tried numerous different religions when we were younger. Again, probably trying to find herself too. You know, I've been to Baptist churches. I've been a Jehovah's Witness. Again, when you're young, you just go on what your mom tells you, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But she found Islam and it stuck with her. And I think everyone sees Islam as some big, huge, yeah, there are a lot of restrictions. There are a lot of things that not that I don't follow, I just haven't reached it there. But that's one thing. If you're a true Muslim, you're not judging people based on what they're wearing, whether they wear hijab, whether they're covered up, whether they're doing that. It's about the knowledge and the learning. I personally feel Islam is probably I don't even want to call it a religion. It's probably one of the only things spiritually that made me question life and what happened afterwards. Too many people, I guess, are just thinking this is it. I don't know what's afterwards, but all I know is that I feel that Islam brought me a peace and a purpose. I no longer see prayer as a chore. I see prayer as a gift. Like, God chose me to pray to him. You know how many people are walking around this world and God don't speak to them? You know, I'm grateful that my alarm clock goes off 5 times a day and reminds me to pray. I'm grateful I've been chosen spiritually as one of God's creations to pray 5 times a day. That's what Islam means to me. Some people, it may be too much, okay, but it's not as strict as people believe. It gave me purpose, it gave me structure. I fast during Ramadan. It helps remind me that there's people less fortunate. Even when I'm hard on myself and I'm like, oh, I want this, I want that. When you're fasting and you're hungry, it reminds you of a bigger purpose. It reminds you of the people that are less fortunate, that have less than you. It reminds you of God's reasoning in your life. It reminds you of your purpose when you're hungry. So again, I've learned a lot and I'm still on my journey with Islam, you know. I would like to maybe start going to mosques a bit more. But again, all these things kind of make me nervous as well. But yeah, I'm on my journey still.
How's your social life? Like, you go out on dates, or you married, or?
I don't want to say I'm not social. I really don't. But I'm not the most social person. Again, with what I do for work, I talk a lot too. Like, I'm very talkative. You know, I'm articulate. I can talk about fitness all day, any subject, you know. But socially, I'm not one for the club.
Yeah.
I'm not really one for the club. I mean, unless someone invites me out and, you know, I'm going somewhere, I would never say no to a club. But it's not like, okay, it's Friday night, it's Saturday night, let's time to go out. It just doesn't fit into my regime. It doesn't. Again, I wouldn't say no to a glass of wine or a drink, but I'm not really around these things.
Right.
So it's not that I don't go out. To me, going to calisthenic events is fun. That's socializing to me. To me, going to my workshop, my samurai sword workshop next week, that's socializing to me. Meeting people in with a like-minded mindset that love martial arts, that love bodyweight exercises, that love bodybuilding, as just like yourself, going to a show last weekend, that's socializing for me. Meeting people that do the same thing as me. But in terms of going to a club and, you know, going out to drink and that kind of thing, it can happen, but yeah, it has to be for a reason, I think.
No, I was just asking, you know, like, because, you know, especially sometimes with bodybuilders, you know, they kind of give you like this impression that's all they do is just work out and
I know.
talk about working out, and you know,
I'm not helping either.
I'm not in that realm like that. Like to kind of, sometimes I don't even understand what they talking about, and I just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
bodybuilding is such a. If you take it seriously, I'd be honest with you. Food, cardio, steps, training. I'm talking 75 to 80% of your life. And if you work in the industry too, so say you're a coach or online coach or fitness instructor, it's your whole life. I mean, you've got people depending on you to feel good about themselves. I mean, even during lockdown, I was still teaching. I taught in this very room. I went on Zoom. There are people that were at home that needed that. And unfortunately, it doesn't come naturally to everyone to be disciplined, to be motivated too. So when it comes to fitness, it's not like we don't want to do anything else. It's just such a big part of my life. and I
I'll
enjoy
be
it.
back. Hold on for a second.
No worries. I'm here.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I had to kill a fly
Yeah,
as well, but I was getting my
yeah.
nerves.
Let me read this chat. These chats. I
Mhm.
want to visit Nigeria one day. I'm obsessed with Nigerian movies. I would be in one even if they didn't pay me. Have you ever seen the Nigerian movies?
Yo, Fab and Flashy. What's up, man?
She's a bodybuilder, Fab and Flashy.
Fab, what's
She's
going on?
yeah,
Yo, Nigeria is amazing. Nigeria is amazing. I was actually talking to a friend of mine about this as well. I mean, the illusion that my friend actually lives in Thailand at the moment, and the illusion that they give us that these are third world countries is crazy. Don't get me wrong. Yes, Nigeria has its poor places, but where doesn't? I'm sure if you stepped outside in Brooklyn right now, you're going to see someone homeless on the street, right? So Nigeria has poor places. It has beautiful places. It has rich places. It has poor places. If I would say go, I would say go, and it's definitely progressed a lot since the last time I was there. Definitely. Lagos is amazing. Again, I was more there to visit my grandparents, so I went to the village. I was deep in there. But Lagos is great. Abuja, I've heard Abuja is great. I'd love to see there as well. I'd love to see there as well. But no, Nigeria is fabulous. It's fabulous. It's just what the media shows us. And it's unfortunate that you have to paint a brush to make it look like that black people are not as eloquent or not as progressed as the Western society. It kind of sucks. But can you blame people? Again, if I turn on my television, the first thing I see as a black person who lives in Nigeria, they've got flies all over their face. They're begging for money. They're saying, oh, please donate £5 a month. Of course, you're going to think that that's all that's there. You have to be there in order to know. You have to,
yeah,
just like thinking London is full of crumpets and tea. You have to come in order to know. So Nigeria is a beautiful place. You can go there and go to poor places. You can go there and go to rich places. But overall, it's a beautiful place. And the movies, you would do really well. The movies have stepped up from
yeah,
back in the day. They used to be so bad, so cheesy, but they've really stepped up. It's really cool to see Nigeria on the scene, Afro beats, the music scene. It's great to see not just America, but the Western society as a whole, just looking at Nigeria differently when it comes to our sports, football, music, food. Just overall, it's great to see Nigeria have such an input into what's going on around the world at the moment. I mean, some of the wealthiest people in the world are Nigerian.
yeah. Ocean, have you ever had Nando's? I hear it's like the UK version of
Why
KFC.
do I feel like I'm talking to Tyrone Foster? This is crazy. Um, you don't know him, but literally he was just talking about this the other day. Have I tried? Of course I've had Nando's. Everyone's had Nando's. Nando's is like our McDonald's here.
Yeah, I
It's like
never
McDonald's.
never heard of
They
that.
say you can go for a cheeky Nando's. That's what you say when you're going to go spend money and go
Yeah,
eat in this place. It's called cheeky Nando's, but really ain't cheeky no more. Back in the day, Nando's was cheeky because you could get a nice meal for say under £10. But now, Nando's is expensive. It's like a restaurant now, real restaurant. But yeah, Nando's is cool. Nando's is cool. I don't eat there often, and it's not because I don't want to. I know myself. If I go to Nando's, I'm getting what I want. I'm eating those carbs. I'm eating that. I'm eating the potato. I'm eating the chips. So there's no point me going
yeah. I
because
never like. What is
I'm
that?
not going there to track. I'm not going there to track my macros. I'm
Yeah,
not. I'm gonna
what
eat.
is that? What is Nando's? I don't.
Nando's. It's a restaurant.
Oh, I ain't
It's a
never heard
restaurant.
of. It's in
Yeah,
the
they sell like
UK.
they sell chicken, they sell like grilled chicken, they sell burgers, they sell fries. It's a restaurant.
Okay.
It's a restaurant, but it's very well known. I'm surprised they haven't made one in the USA now. But you guys have so many things. Like,
Yeah,
oh my god, when I went to Popeyes, oh my god,
yeah. I don't
oh
mess
my
with the
god,
Popeyes too much.
oh my
I don't.
god.
I do
No,
like they
no, no,
fries,
don't
but
mess
I
with me.
don't
Don't
eat it
mess.
too often.
There are things that I like Butterfingers. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like what they called? The Nutter Butters. Oh, don't fuck with me.
Okay.
I will eat that. I will eat that. Like seriously. And everything in America is large.
Yeah,
I was so happy. I ordered something. The drinks were like this big. Like, dude. But yeah,
yeah.
Nando's is a great place to be. I would definitely recommend it. I haven't been for a long time, but hey, maybe one day when I have an off-brand meal or something.
Yeah. Then, how do you balance martial arts and all your other physical activities with bodybuilding prep?
Thanks for asking, Fab. How do I balance it? I have to
Yeah,
admit sometimes it's hard. I have to admit that. I mean, I just came off of a deload week. My coach encouraged me to go on a deload. I'm I'm definitely one of those people. I don't know when I'm fatigued. Again, I can push for quite a while, and when you've done prep a few times, you realize what you can do. So it does take a third eye and an objective opinion, like from a coach, to say, hey, it's time to deload now. So after that rest for a week, I was able to come back and balance things out a bit more. Sometimes it does get a bit overwhelming. I definitely admit, when I was taking on calisthenics at first, there was so much to learn. Again, I just wanted the muscle up, you know. I went to an event, there's people doing handstands and flying off of bars. I was like,
yeah. You
whoa,
probably gotta check out
whoa.
the competitions. Yeah,
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 it was a lot. It was a lot.
yeah.
So I
I
was
know
like,
this guy. And not to cut you out, I know that this guy. He's on social media. He's a
yeah,
Muslim dude, and
yeah.
he hosts a lot of calisthenics events where
Is he in the
they
UK? Is he in the UK?
I don't know, like he no, he's from here, he's from New York.
Okay, I'm not sure.
I think New York, but he's in the States. But
Okay,
he hosts a lot of, yeah, he's in Brooklyn actually. But
okay.
he hosts a lot of he go all over the world. He recruits people
Oh,
to
cool.
to be involved like in this calisthenics competition.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah,
so cool. The
yeah.
world of calisthenics is amazing. They are
They
so welcoming.
they
So,
even
so.
got, I don't know if you know heard of freelance, not freelance, I forgot the name of it, where they be swinging like on a pole and like
Ah, yeah. The
yeah,
freestyling, yeah.
freestyling, yeah, the freestyling,
Getting into it small, but
yeah,
it's a lot of upper body work as well. So just
yeah,
answering Ab's question about how I balance that, I really had to start thinking of my plan and my structure. Again, having a coach to help me with that was amazing. I mean, when I was in prep, I was training at least 5 6 days a week. Like my expenditure, I was up to 45 minutes of cardio. I had about 12 to 15K steps, so it was a lot. It was a lot.
mm,
Three lower body days, 2 upper body days, steps in there, cardio in there. So coming out of that and learning how to balance everything, I had to not choose, but I had to be mindful. I had a good discussion with my coach, and we were like, okay, I'm not saying never pick up a dumbbell again. That's what she was saying to me. But we have to balance this out now. You're creating enough stimulus in your upper body. You're not trying to grow your upper body right now, but you're creating enough stimulus hanging upside down, learning muscle ups, doing pull ups. So, do you need an upper body day? And I
mm,
thought about this and I was like, but I love side laterals. I love shoulder pressing. I love I love picking up a dumbbell. I love the pump. I love the pump that I get from training upper body. So that was kind of I wouldn't say difficult, but it was an adjustment. It was an adjustment leaving um upper body working out in the gym and kind of pushing it to the side a bit. Again, I'll pick up a dumbbell as and when I feel like it to get a bit of a pump, but most of my upper body is in calisthenics now, and that's how I balance things out with our bodybuilding and martial arts and everything like that. You have to find your niche. Like right now, I'm creating enough stimulus with my upper body in calisthenics that I don't have to kill myself or feel guilty if I'm not in the gym for doing an upper body session, if that makes sense.
yeah,
With regards to martial arts, that can be a bit more difficult because again, I do fighting, I do weaponry. I train weapons as and when, anytime that I can. Sometimes I'll wake up and the mood will just take me. And I'll just go out and I'll be thinking of different combos. And when you've got some good funk and hip hop in your head, yo, magic just happens, you know. So
Yeah.
weapons definitely will be as and when, but I try and get it in at least 2 to 3 times a week. Um, when it comes to fighting, boxing, Muay Thai, I think I manage that by going to dojos, going to different classes. But again, as long as I can find a boxing bag, I'm down. Like,
Do you go to competitions like martial arts competitions and stuff like
not
that?
I would.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot around here. Not that I know of.
Oh,
Not that I know of. I know some fantastic teachers, but events wise, there's not a lot of events where you can go to and be like, hey, this is a Muay Thai event, or not that I know of. If anyone does know more about the UK scene, martial arts, boxing, Muay Thai events, let me know. I'd love to come
what
and
part of
support.
UK you at? London.
I'm in
Oh,
London.
okay. Yeah.
That's
That
what I know.
you know,
I'm a Londoner through and through. That's
yeah.
all I know.
I know like it ain't that many bodybuilders in London. You know,
There,
just like a
there,
handful.
there are a lot of there are loads of bodybuilders and not a lot of black
Yeah.
ones, women
Oh,
especially.
okay.
I have to give a huge shout out to Cleo and also Doxy Fitness, who just won her comp yesterday in wellness. Like, it's amazing to see
Okay.
black women in this space and just being unapologetic, going there and showing the goods. It's really inspired me to maybe get on stage myself.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to see you on
Dude,
stage.
oh God.
Yeah, love to see.
Would
Yeah.
you? I know, but then if I decide to prep, there's some things that are gonna have to take a back seat. You know, I'm loving my calisthenics journey right now. There's If I want to prep and I want to get my body on stage, there's no room to be learning handstands. There's no room to be learning muscle ups. No, I know as a bodybuilder, when you are in prep, it's all about prep. It's all
Yeah.
about prep. There's no room for anything else. And I'm not saying I can't go back into these other things, but I understand prep is all about prep. There is no way that your body fat can be dropping. You know, you're hungry, you've got 45 minutes cardio, 15K steps, and you still have the energy to try and muscle up. Or you still have the energy to try and handstand. They don't go hand in hand. So it's a catch-22, really. I think I would like to compete one day, but I'm also loving this new journey that I'm on. So I would have to pick. And even if I did go into a comp, I'd have to maybe take a few months off Kaale for a while, just to bring down that expenditure and put it towards other things that would be more reasonable to get on stage with.
Okay. In this other, seeing how you use swords and bow staffs, have you ever considered being a stunt actress? You definitely have the physicality.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Um, these things are kind of. I don't.
Yeah, it
I don't
takes
want to say
time,
what I'm
right?
gonna say. I don't want to say what I'm gonna say. Of course, I've thought about these things. Again, without saying too much, 10, 15 years ago, I've done all of that. When I used to dance, and I used to do so many different things. House dancing, I would go to every class. I did whacking, I did b-boying, I did popping, I did locking. Oh, I wish those scenes were still alive now. Where are the lockers? Where are the poppers? Damn it. Yeah, but I did a lot of dance back in the day, went on auditions, did stage work, did commercial work. And again, without saying too much, it's not that I don't want to get into stunt acting. I ain't as young as I used to be. you know,
Mm.
the audition the audition process is a lot. I don't know if I'm still in that frame of mind to be like, okay, I'm waking up now, it's time to go on an audition, be competing with people what, half my age. Why I've been there and I've done that. I've done commercial work, I've been on stage, I've been background dancers, I've done the whole thing before. I just haven't
Okay.
done it in martial arts. And unfortunately, martial arts came at a later time in my life. So even though there should be no age limit on what you want to do, there should be no age limit on what you want to do.
You gotta be
But
realistic. That's all.
be freaking realistic. Be freaking
Yeah.
realistic. I mean, I want to go to the gym, and every now and again I need a nap, like, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Tell
know.
me,
Again,
tell me about the samurai thing. Like you study samurai swords and
yeah, my first
yeah.
sword was katana.
Okay.
So again, shout out
Yeah.
to CS Stunts, who first kind of gave me this sprinkle of what weaponry and training weapons was like. I started with the bow staff first. The katana came afterwards, and then the nunchakus came after that. But I've dabbled in pretty much everything. But you know what else I enjoy? The eskrima sticks. I love
the what?
them. Eskrima sticks. I love them.
What's that?
That's the 2 sticks, short sticks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like eskrima
Yeah.
sticks as well. I love
Okay.
playing with them. I definitely think I prefer a double bow staff. I like training with 2 rather than 1. But 1 is cool too. But I think I like training with 2. But I like eskrima sticks as well.
Okay. And he says,
Thanks for these
I'm a
questions.
home. Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming on the chat and showing some
Yeah, I'm
love.
homebody too. I know.
I'm a homebody myself, just not much out there. And he asks a question: do you prefer sparring with men or women?
Yeah. I'm a homebody too, all the rage. I know when you look at my profile picture, I look like I'm mega social. I'm not really. I'm quite cool. I just like to train and yeah, you know, I'm quite a homebody. What was the other question? Sorry.
He said, do you prefer sparring with men or women?
Do I prefer sparring men? I've sparred with both. I sparred with both.
Okay.
I've beaten up women. I've been beaten up by men and women. I've beaten up men and women. So it's all in good fun. You know, it's all in good fun. Especially when you're in K1 kickboxing, that really teaches you as well. But to answer your question, I think I prefer. It doesn't really matter. I think it doesn't matter as long as you're at my level of expertise. The worst thing is when you're sparring and the person opposite you is maybe got less experience or a beginner. They're more afraid. They're throwing punches everywhere. I don't think it matters if it's a man or a woman. I like to spar with men and women as long as they are at a good level and have good punches and a good technique, you know. But you'd be surprised how many men I have in my DMs, you know, saying they want to fight with me and stuff. I don't know if that's nice or not, or they're just being weird. I
I don't know. Maybe it's
I
sexual.
don't know.
It could be sexual. It could be sexual.
Yeah, I get quite a few DMs of men that just want to fight with me.
If they say wrestling, that you know it's gonna be sexual.
I just put LOL. I don't know what else to put.
Yeah. I'm keeping it real with you. If they say,
I don't know if they're being real with me or they're just
some men.
Like,
I mean, you know, I don't know. You know, I mean, there are like dudes that they take it to an extreme. They wanna. I've heard that they want to challenge somebody, especially a woman that they a fighter, want to see what they about. You know, sometimes it's an ego thing. You know, I don't know. It's various situations. Various situations. So yeah. So yeah. Let me. But when she come back, okay.
I'm here. It's the way I had to kill this fly. I had to kill this fly. It was just annoying me. It had to die. Right. I know I'm Nigerian. I'm supposed to be okay with flies and stuff, but I'm not. This is why I'm skeptical about going to Thailand because of flies. Video. Hey. Yeah. I recently got into the fan. I haven't practiced it much recently, but wow, what a beautiful weapon. What a beautiful weapon. Yeah, this was my last prep. I look so skinny here.
You look skinny.
Yeah, this is when I first trying calisthenics. Again, I wasn't into it like that. I tried to mix capoeira with my nunchucks. These are
I see.
Yeah, these are
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love those. I love short sticks. They're really cool. Yeah, just being one with the wind, learning. All of this looks so basic now compared to where I am now.
Yeah, I can't do that, man.
I was mid off season here, still holding on to the gains, but I got up to about 75-ish kg, maybe just a bit over. It's a lot. It's a lot. And and that was the result. So I'm happy I stuck it out. But again, I enjoyed myself a little bit too much. I ate quite a lot. But it was worth it. It was worth it. I did eat, but I also stuck to plan and I worked out hard as fuck. So yeah, that's the result. after 2-3
You look
years
like you
of
could be
humble.
wellness for some reason. I don't
I
know.
don't have the legs. I don't have the legs. I would like more quads. Unfortunately for me, my legs are long. I've got long legs and a shorter torso. So
Okay.
if I wanted to do wellness, I would have to train legs like 3 to 4 times a week, and I would have to cut down
Okay.
my upper body. My upper body's too big as well for wellness. I'm a bit too
Yeah.
broad back for that, bit too big back. But I would have to probably take upper body out completely and be training legs about 3 to 4 times a week. Thankfully, my coach has changed up my plan a bit, so we can focus on more quad progression. You know, I'm really happy with my hamstrings and glutes at the moment. They're really growing. This fly is still alive, yo. How do they do
Yeah.
this? Fuck. The fuck.
Get a
About
spray or
to,
something. Get
see,
a spray.
Kat, you know when black people start doing this, when I start clapping, it's on. I'm going to kill this fly. Okay. Anyway.
Get a newspaper. Get a newspaper, and if it lands, just whop it.
Yo, my towel is here, yo. I'm just trying to be professional. Like I said, I know I'm Nigerian. I'm supposed to be okay with flies, but no. So my towel is here. Do not be surprised if you hear a swacking sound every now and again. But it's summer over here right now, so yeah, they're just finding their way everywhere.
Yeah.
Finding their way. But yeah, no, wellness. I mean, I don't know if you know Shanique Grant, who went from physique to wellness.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, dude, I was drooling. And I think this is the greatest thing about bodybuilding, the way you can sculpt your body. I mean, she absolutely smashed the Physique Federation. She retired, took some time off, and then came back wellness. I mean, are you serious? And I've been watching her training. I'm a huge fan of Shanique Grant. Just watching how she's evolved. And again, this is also somebody who is very upper body dominant as well. To be able to transfer into wellness, I'm sure she had to be like, okay, I'm not training upper body anymore. But look what she's produced. She looks fantastic. So again, I thought the bodybuilding train we came to a halt, but there's still so many things I could do to my body and sculpt it. And right now I'm looking for more quads, more density in hamstring and glutes as well. So you never know. But I don't think competing is out of the cards yet.
Yeah, how people are receptive to bodybuilding in the UK? Like, do you have like a larger audience? Like, especially like in the in the shows or something like that?
We have bodybuilding gyms. I mean, I don't go to any. I just go to like commercial gyms. I belong to about 4 gyms. Again, I like a gym that's quiet. I like a gym that has equipment. I like space. The bodybuilding community here, it's a bit up and down. I mean, I don't really go to shows and stuff like that, even though I should. I think if I start thinking about getting into competing for the first time, it would definitely be helpful to go to some shows and see what's up. But it depends. It depends really. But I understand as well, bodybuilding is not for everyone. I just don't like it when people shit on it. I just don't like when people shit on it. Even if they've come out of bodybuilding or they're in another sport altogether, they'll be like, oh yeah, you know, bodybuilders, you have a bad relationship with food. You guys this, you guys. If you can't control your food, just say that. If you can't prep, you can't diet, just say that. I don't understand. Like, as a bodybuilder, I don't sit here and say, oh, look at those calisthenic people. They don't know how to diet, yo. They don't know how to prep. I don't care. But other people in other realms of fitness be like, yo, you know, bodybuilding, it gave me a bad relationship with food. No, you had a bad relationship with food. Like, shut up. So yeah, I don't like when people shit on bodybuilding. It's given me so much. But if you can't diet, just say that. If you can't stick to your meal plan, just say that. But don't blame bodybuilding for it, please.
Yeah. For some reason, it gets a bad rap. I don't know.
Why do you think it does?
Huh?
Why do you think it gets a bad rap?
Because, you know, from what I know, you know, over the years, I think it's the steroids, and then the women with muscles. It's not a thing. Also.
Yeah.
I mean, but the funny thing is, not to cut you off, a lot of times, you know, in the 80s and in the 90s, you know, it was on TV. That was the weird part. And then like over the years, you know, you didn't really see too much of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then, you know, a lot, and then another one is bodybuilders. They pass away too. A lot of them they
Yeah,
died.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a recent woman. I mean, a bodybuilder. She got murdered by her husband.
saw that. I
That
saw
was
that.
the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that was
huge
the
shift.
thing.
I
Yeah,
definitely think that social media has a lot to do with it. Again, when I
yeah,
got into fitness, bodybuilding, social media wasn't like it was today. I
yeah,
mean, you definitely have to question some people's motives. I mean,
yeah,
do you want to compete because you love bodybuilding, or do you want to compete so you can take selfies and get likes and follows? I don't think
yeah.
everyone's in it to be in it. You know, like I there's some people I follow that I've been watching for years. You know, your body's never changed, and I'm like, because simply you're just living for social media. You go to the gym, you get a bit of a pump, you take a picture, but then you have the nerve to put in your description, I'm a coach, I'm a bodybuilder. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's just that people have realized now that bodybuilding gets attention. It attracts people, you know, but it's not easy. It's not
Yeah.
easy. I'm sure
No,
everybody
it's not easy.
that takes this
Yeah,
grind as serious as I do, I'm sure they would all agree with me that we were in it to win it. We
yeah,
do it because we love it. But now, you know, social media and the internet has kind of made bodybuilding look like it's one simple thing. And all you have to do is go to the gym and take a selfie, and now you can be a coach, you know? But unfortunately, it is about the package, you know? If you are going to be a coach, if you are going to take people to that next level, of course it's about what you look like. Of course,
yeah.
I hate to sound that mediocre, but I know my body is what sells. People come to me to be trained because of what I've done with my body, because they know I won't steer them wrong. I'm not saying you
Right.
have to look like a bodybuilder to teach people, but it does help to be in shape. It does help, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I've seen, you know, there's people that have done bodybuilding and and competed, but they couldn't do it. They
Yeah,
just couldn't do it.
there, there,
So
there's a huge difference between working out and bodybuilding. A huge difference.
yeah,
There's a huge difference between bodybuilding and being in prep. A huge difference. And I shall never take that lightly. I mean, when I first got into it, I did like a 10-week shred to kind of feel wow. And then I didn't have nearly as much muscle, so I really had to pull my body fat down. It was a lot, but it gave me that mental clarity about what to expect. And this is when I really started to take things seriously with it. But it's not easy. Prep is not easy. I mean, you can have a smooth prep. It can
yeah,
be more smooth than others, but it gets to a point when body fat is dropping and the scale is going up. I mean, the scale is going down. Sorry, body fat's dropping. The scale's going down. Expenditure is going up. Steps are going up. Your body is not happy. It's
mm,
not happy with you. And I don't want people to think that, oh, so why bodybuild then? This is an art. It's an art for us. I can't explain it in any more words than that. It's an art. It's a fulfillment. There is nothing that a bodybuilder wants more than to build that muscle and then see what they created. It's so fulfilling. When I dieted and I was like, yo, these triceps, I built that. I built that. All those times when you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to go to the gym. Yo, I can't eat any more protein. Yo, if I see any more broccoli, I'm going to die. And then you make it out the other side. But that's the difference between working out and real bodybuilding. And I
mm,
look at the greats, Ronnie Coleman, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you look at the greats, they didn't get where they were by taking it easy, you know? But I definitely think social media has cut things in half for people, just like with b-boying. It's so easy just to go online and say, hey, this is what I do, and shoot a 10-second video. When I started bodybuilding or working out in general, there was no gratification. I started, there was no one to post and like my stuff. I went to the gym because I enjoyed it. And I think that's what separates real bodybuilders from all of this noise and jargon right now. There are people that have been in this game and have been in this game for years when there wasn't any gratification, when there weren't any selfies, there were no follows, there were no likes. We went to the gym and we killed it, you know? And I know people say, yeah, you know, it's just a physique that you have. But sorry, your physique tells a lot about how you train. And when I look at my physique, I know I've trained hard. There's people out there on social media that are calling themselves coaches, calling themselves this. I look at your body, it doesn't even look like you lift. It doesn't even look like you lift. And like I said, it's not all about the body. Let me not piss anyone off out there. But your training should somehow reflect what you look like.
Yeah.
You know, it should.
Yeah. Mind and body,
reflect what you look like.
you know, they won.
It should reflect what you look like. I mean, not everyone has to be a bodybuilder, but again, people know that there's an attraction to bodybuilding now. People like to look at the body on online. But if you can't manage your diet, go and do CrossFit. Go and do powerlifting. There are so many, and that's the one thing I'm grateful to Babs about coming out of my prep. There is a whole big wide world out there of fitness, calisthenics. There's CrossFit. There's High Rocks. There's so much out there, but everyone wants to look like a bodybuilder. But they want to cuss out bodybuilders for how we train and what we do. You don't have to look like us. Don't take that energy out on us. You do not have to look like this to be fit. But unfortunately, in the world we live in and social media and the pressure to look a certain way, people are not understanding that bodybuilding takes years of graft. And all you're seeing is a 10-second video on stage after years of grinding. You know what I'm saying? So I think people are just trying to jump ship too fast. It takes years. It's taken me over 10 years to build this body, maintain it, know how to maintain it. One thing, getting the physique, do you know how to maintain it? Do you know how to make this a lifestyle? Can you wake up every day and meet your protein goals? I've had so many women, clients, members come to me. I want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of this lower belly, but yet they're only having 3 eggs a day. Do you even know how much protein you're supposed to have? It's all well and good to say you want to look like this, but do you know what it takes? And I think that bodybuilding, we need to give it more credit where it's due. It takes a lot to look like this. Stop making it look like it's easy and all we do is lift weights up and down. No, it's so much.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not.
You know, I think, you know, they get like a bad rep because, you know, a lot of them, they don't seem too friendly also, you know.
Yeah. When I kept repeating that the calisthenics community was so freaking friendly and welcoming, I'm saying that because, again, the bodybuilding community is not the friendliest.
Yeah.
They're not the friendliest.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that.
They're not the friendliest. They are. Again, it's so easy to pick and pinpoint our bodybuilders now because now social media has reflected what we do and how we do. But believe it or not, we're not all on steroids. There are amazing natural athletes out there. And I'm not condemning anyone that's on steroids. I'm not condemning anyone at all. There is a time and a place for steroids. But if you don't have the genetics and you haven't trained, steroids ain't going to do shit. You have to be there already. You have to want to train hard. You have to do it. But steroids, for me, again, maybe 15, 20 years ago, if I was going to make this a career and I was given that option, I wouldn't say, oh my God, steroids. I understand that it's a part of enhancing your physique into bodybuilding. Yes, you can go overboard. Yes, you can take too much. I'm not trying to have a beard. I'm grateful that I built this physique and I still have my feminine traits. I don't have a strong jawline. I don't have a hairy chest or like any stubble. This is all completely natural. Just broccoli, chicken, and rice, juices and berries, you know?
You eat that every day?
Yeah.
Not
just that, but
Okay.
pretty much so. I mean, I've got a bit more freedom now. Like if I wanted to change it up and not have rice, I could have potato or something like that. But things are pretty straightforward. And I don't do it because I have to. My body responds better this way. I've been doing this for a long time. My body is used to a certain amount of protein a day. If I don't get it in, I'll feel lethargic. I feel tired. Sometimes I go off plan, but I know when it's time to get back on plan. Let's say that. It's just in the back of my mind now. I don't know any other way. It's how I live. It's what I enjoy. And to be honest with you, I prefer my performance I prefer my performance and my strength than a meal that's going to be like 1,000 calories and be done in a few seconds. Like I said, food is fuel to me. So
Okay. I know a fighter named Melanie Shah. She's a BKFC fighter. I think she's near London.
that name rings a bell, all the rage. But right now it's just not coming to me. But no, that name definitely rings a bell. I'm not sure if she's from London, but I've seen her. I've seen her fight. Like super, super.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to get in the ring. I don't know how I do. I don't know how I do. I've dabbled in so many different arts now. I really think it's time to take one to a competitive stage. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah. And then you would be fierce in a bodybuilding competition.
Yo, Fab. Oh, thank you so much. I'm not gonna lie, I do doubt myself sometimes. Again, I'm no longer 25. You know what I'm saying? So I do think to myself, hey, could I do this? Could I be that person? But again, I think that's the only thing that's left for me. I've been in the fitness game for a freaking long time now, and the only thing that's left, and the only thing I haven't done is compete. And more than likely, oh, sorry, go for it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, the only thing I haven't done is compete. I really think, let's just say it's not out of the window. It's on the cards. I may. I don't know if I'll enjoy it. I don't know if I'll even like it. I don't know if I can even stand in heels for that long. I don't know. Posing is hard. Now, don't get it twisted. I don't compete, but I pose for my coach. You know, the things that I've learned over the years and that kind of thing. So you won't see my check-in videos online. Sorry, everyone. I'm too shy. But I know if I was to post my check-in videos, and you would see my involvement with bodybuilding, coming out of prep, going into different things, and how my body's evolved, it would heighten a whole new audience. Shy to put my check-in videos out there, you know.
Yeah, bodybuilding is more than PEDs and lifting. Nutrition, consistency, and focus is important.
Thank you for understanding all the rage. Thank you for getting it.
Yeah.
You know, sucks that you have to explain that to people. People think it's so black and white. The world of bodybuilding has taught me so much, so much. It's more than just about steroids. It's about grafting, grinding, and I'll be honest, putting yourself first. It's a very selfish sport. Not everyone's going to understand it, you know?
Yeah.
People don't always understand why you don't want to be like them. People are not always going to understand why you don't want to go out for a meal, or you have to, you know, take your prep out with you to eat. Not everyone's going to understand that. And to be honest with you, when you're doing something like this to your body, it can make people feel uncomfortable because they're not capable of it.
Yeah.
So you really, so again, with competing, I found myself in the bodybuilding community and getting to know like-minded people like myself. That's what's making me want to compete. That's what keeps me in bodybuilding, because I'm sorry, the average world does not think like me. I know if I go out there, hey, yo, all the rage. If I tell you today that my food has gone down today, I'm tired, you know, but I'm going to have an off-plan meal this weekend, he gets that. You know?
Yeah, I mean, he talks to a lot of women bodybuilders. I mean, he connects with them.
It doesn't seem crazy. It doesn't seem crazy. If I say to him, yo, 3 months time, I want to shred. I want to see veins. I want to see.
Yeah, he knows what you're talking about.
That stuff. He knows that stuff. But other people, the normal world, that just seems crazy to them. Like, why would you want to do that to yourself? I love it.
I mean, I've asked that question. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've asked it because I just didn't understand it. You know, I just looked at it, like, especially with the women, as a fetish. Really, I'm just being real about it. You know, because you know, like, as a kid, you know, I would, like, as a teenager, you know, I would, like, see them in magazines, and you kind of be like. And then I would read about them, and I would work out too. Like, it wasn't just that, but that's all I knew, you know.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, and then you know, you just looking at them at a certain angle, and you're not looking at them at another angle.
Sure.
So you know, it's like, you know, it sometimes be like, what's so special about them? Like, and I'm not saying it as a as a disrespect, but you know, I'm just saying it like, you know, they just doing a discipline, you
Yeah,
know, but
I
I
think
mean,
it's
it
because
just takes time. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to cut you. I'm
no, no, no,
just
not at all. Finish. No,
it just
uh,
takes time to like understand like the sport. It just because it's just different. It ain't like other sports where, you know, basketball or football, and even that took me time to understand it. But you know, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was so complicated. You know, this is it's different. That's all I could say.
it's different. It's
Go ahead.
different. I think why most people don't understand it so
Yeah,
much is because most people don't know how hard it is to build muscle.
yeah,
That's why I was
yeah,
saying to you, off season was probably harder than the prep itself. Building muscle can take years. And because most people have never really gone through that journey. So they look at you on stage, all peeled, they know you're hungry, your veins are sticking out, and they're like, why would you want to do that? Because I've spent years growing it. I've spent years growing the muscle. And bodybuilders, we peel to show that muscle, to show that graft, to show our hard work. I cannot tell you how hard it is to grow muscle. It's probably harder to grow muscle than it is to shred. And when you're in an off season, you're seeing yourself getting bigger and you still need to keep on your grind because you're trying to grow. And it's hard. And because people don't see that process, all they see is the stage and the muscles. And they just think, yeah, I could do that. What's so special about it? No, it's hard. Building
nah,
muscle is
I know
hard.
it's not. I wouldn't be able to do it because I looked at it. I'm like, I can't do that because I know one, it's expensive. You know,
Yeah.
two, you know, I don't know the environment I am. Me being on prep, it's not gonna go too good. It's not.
But everything, I know the mentality, no, no, no. Like it can,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
because I don't live by myself. You know, I live
When
with
the
my
mood gets low,
folks
you
and
can
stuff.
get
Yeah,
very handsy.
yeah.
No, I don't miss that.
And
I
I
love
live in New York
that.
City too, and it's kind of it's a lot of craziness out here. So you
I
know,
understand.
it's not gonna work out with me. It's not gonna work out
I
for me.
understand
So
that. But
yeah,
everything has its graph. The same way it's hard to do bodybuilding. It's hard to be out of shape as well. Like it's
yeah,
hard to be fat. It is hard to be fat. You know how dedicated you need to be overweight and to stay that way. That
yeah.
takes a daily commitment. You have to be eating those cookies. You have to be fucking up that bread. You have to like, you
I don't know.
have to
That's a
be.
great analogy, but I understand. I understand.
Do you know what I mean? Like, okay,
Yeah,
bodybuilding is hard, building muscle is hard,
yeah,
prepping is hard, but it's even harder to be obese. You know,
yeah,
it's hard walking up the stairs when you're big. You can't do anything. You know how hard it is to be fat and maintain that? That means on a daily basis, you have to eat crap. And the
yeah.
same amount of crap. You know how hard that is? Yo, I don't know about you, Kat, but a few days of binging, a few days of eating what I want, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm lethargic. I cannot move. I got a headache. I'm sleeping. What the hell? It's a commitment. So anyone that's super obese and manages to stay that way, I have to clap for you because that's hard too. Everything is hard. Choose your hard.
Yeah.
Everything is
This
hard.
is
Choose
movie.
your hard.
This is movie. Yeah, this is movie. It's called Magazine Dreams with
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors. He's a
Yeah.
bodybuilder
Yeah.
in a movie, and you know he got go through like some mental trauma and stuff. You know, when he was young, his mother was killed by his father, and it was hard for him to socialize with people. And
Yeah.
so in the movie, he was like idolizing this guy. He was a bodybuilder. Then he had sex with him, and then yeah, in the movie they didn't show it, but they see him like in bed, and so the guy gets up and he's on a phone call and stuff.
I don't even
And
know why I'm shocked because everyone's getting
in the
it, right?
movie,
So,
he also takes steroids too.
yeah.
There was one scene where he gets beat up by these guys because they didn't like finish a task they were supposed to do, and they wanted more money. They're supposed to paint his house and stuff. And so
Yeah.
he told him like, "Yo, can you come over here and help and paint my grandfather's house? See, he served the country and all that stuff." And so
Yeah.
he was like, "Well, you gotta pay us. You can't." And I'm like, "You didn't finish the job." So he went to the store and trashed the whole place up.
Yeah.
And then when he went to and the day on his competition, they jumped on him, they beat him up and stuff. He's
Uh,
bleeding, and then he gets in front
uh,
of the stage and
yeah.
he started flexing, and he was out of it. He passed
Oh
out.
God.
Yeah, it was one hell of a movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
kind
gotta
of
send me some
related that,
recommendations. You gotta send me some
huh?
recommendations. I like your movie, the stuff that you watch. Send me the stuff that
Yeah,
you watch. I
yeah,
like
yeah,
the stuff
yeah.
that you
They,
watch.
they don't.
The
They
movies
should
that you
have it
mentioned
like
are
on
cool.
YouTube. They have it on YouTube. Like it's called Magazine Dreams. But
Okay,
John,
send me some
all
because
right,
there's some
I
movies
got
that
you.
you've mentioned that sound really
Yeah,
interesting.
all
Yeah.
right, I got you. I got you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, all the rage. Yeah, it's tough to be overweight. The human body can still the difference from a lot of muscle or fat. A lot of bodybuilders have some health issues, almost like obesity.
For sure. Again, walking around with heaps of muscle is not also healthy after taking steroids for a number of years. Again, some people
Yeah,
need to go on HRT, hormone replacement therapy, especially men, coming off steroids. Their hormones are all over the place and they have to like feel that testosterone in different ways. So again, like I said, Kat, choose your hard. Thank you, All the Rage. I agree. Choose your hard. Everything is hard. Working out is hard. Not working out is hard. Being in shape is hard. Not being in shape is hard. Choose your hard.
yeah. In other words, you go through hardships.
You go through hardships. Don't think that,
Yeah,
okay, I love working out. But don't think sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I just want to sit down and eat and not do anything. But it's programmed into me. Even if I was to sit down and not go to the gym for 2 days, just because I'm like, oh, that's how I know that I need a deload. That's all
mm,
it is. I just need to take things back a bit, maybe reduce volume a bit, maybe take some time off cardio, let the body refresh. Again, I'm sure All the Rage would agree. When you've been doing this for a number of years, it's very hard to detail when you're fatigued. You've been through prep, you've pushed yourself to the max. So you know what that feels like. So when you're fatigued, you're like, oh, I'm just a bit tired. Oh, I'm just a bit tired, but really you could do with a rest. And thanks to my coach, my new coach too, I'm definitely understanding that rest is not bad. Rest is not bad. It's okay to take some time back. It's okay to reduce volume. It's okay to not be killing yourself all the time. And I think my body's thanking me for it too.
yeah. You fab and flashy. You should compete in calisthenics for sure.
I'd love to, Fab. I'd love to. I don't think I'm good enough yet. I don't know. I'm
And
still
then
learning a lot of things. Who's my coach? Oh, Fab. My coach is Barbara Kiss. Her Instagram is Body by Babs. BODYBYBABS. She's magnificent. She's a former competitor as well. And just like myself, I think this is why I picked her to be my new coach. Um, just like myself, she's come out of bodybuilding recently and now she's doing high rocks and CrossFit. She does snatches now. It's amazing to watch somebody who's come out of the same place as I am and also dabbling into different areas of sport. We get each other. She gets me, I get her. And it's a great push. When I see her doing, pull-ups and snatches, it makes me also want to explore other areas of power as well. So, yeah.
yeah, and then all the way George Page. I was almost 500 pounds. Now I'm 4 or 5 pounds.
Wow, dude, that's a lot of weight to lose. That's a lot
Yeah,
of weight to lose. I'll be honest with you, Fab. Like, even myself, like, even doing this for the years that I've been doing it, putting on a lot of weight, it was hard to drop. It was hard to drop. And I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't want to. It's more like I needed to now. I have to lose this weight
mm,
now. After being so rigid with my lifestyle and
yeah,
training for so long, entering a proper off season for 2-3 years, for the first time, I was able to eat. I didn't have to look at everything like, oh, like that anymore. I was actually able to eat, and after a number of years of not doing that, I got a bit too happy, you know. So yeah, I was near like 75-ish, going on 80 kg, which is a lot. Even for me, I'm about 5'6", 5'7". But I was still eating my meals. I was still training hard. I was still doing these things. But I was enjoying off plan a lot, a lot. So I did get a bit loose and a bit sloppy. But yeah, it's all came back now. But yeah, I've been there. I've been there. Losing weight is hard. So I'm definitely more
Yeah.
mindful this time. I'm definitely more mindful this time going into my improvement phase. I've been in my improvement phase for about 6-ish months now. I'm growing where I want to grow, with putting on minimal body fat as well. A lot of it is dense muscle, and I'm weighing myself every day. I check in every single week, so I'm a bit more mindful now with this improvement phase than the last one. I definitely know how to keep my body weight, my body fat down, and continue to build muscle as I want to. You know.
Yeah, you don't look too. I mean, you don't look too bad. I mean, yeah, you look.
The shreds are calling. The
Yeah.
shreds are calling. The shreds are calling.
Like
But no,
what?
I understand. I've got to. You have to put on body fat to make muscle.
Yeah.
This is what most women. I won't say they don't understand. They don't want to understand. Again, the
Yeah.
generation that I came from, we were on Weight Watchers and Slim Fast, and now all of a sudden, women from my generation are being told to eat. They're being told to eat more food, eat more protein. Yo, we came from a generation where it was thick, thin supermodels that we were looking at. That was all the rage. It wasn't BBLs and thick this and thick that. No. The generation I came from, the thinner the better. The thinner you were, the better. So I understand women now finding it hard to eat. I'm like, yo,
When you
aren't you
say
having
your
enough protein?
generation, are you referring to the 80s or the 90s or both?
Both. Both.
Okay. All right.
You know what I
So
mean.
you're near
But
my
you
age.
know what I'm
So
talking
you're
about.
near my age. So you're near
Yeah.
my age. Yeah.
But you
Okay.
know what I'm
All
talking
right.
about. It was a totally different ball
Yeah.
game. We didn't even talk about protein then. If you had a gym, people were like, "You're spending on the gym money on the gym. Why?" Like it wasn't a thing. You were skinny. That's what
Yeah.
women wanted to be, skinny. So it's very hard now for women to try and understand that you have to eat more for this muscle. It puts them in an uncomfortable place, and it makes them feel like, yo, if I put this in my mouth, I'm gonna get fat. But again, as a coach myself, I try and encourage them to let them know that this is best for performance. And there's a lot of women that came to me as clients for physique goals, and now they're more
Mm.
interested in their strength and performance, which is great to hear.
Yeah. What? I don't mean to give ratio. It's just white girls that just want to get skinny. Because somebody had told me that they not black, and they told me like when they was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
they was always kind of being teased of being thick, and
Okay.
so with black women, they are mostly thick, or there's various you
It
guys
was
have
a
various,
problem.
yeah,
I mean,
various sizes.
back in the day, there was no thick. You were fat. It's
Yeah,
very hard. Again, we're going into a completely different area, but again, we can talk about this. Yeah, back in the day, there are a lot of things that black girls had now that are being glorified now that we couldn't get away with back in the day. We were not called
yeah,
thick. My lips were not called thick. I was called big lip, called rubber lip. But now there's women getting injections to have the lips I have. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? It's and if black women say anything about it, we're bitter. Mm, it's
mm,
weird. It's weird, and it's a very taboo subject. It's a very taboo subject. Let's just say all I'll say on this is that back in the day, there are things that black girls would have naturally that they were made fun of for,
yeah,
and now it's mainstream. Now everyone wants it, and it's kind of hard to sit back and all these girls that are not black in this generation will come to you and say, "I want bigger glutes. I want this. I'm like, you want big glutes? Like, where did this? You guys didn't want big glutes back then. When did this happen?" And I don't think they even know or they understand how it happened or why it happened. But if I was to say to this person, so you want to look like a black chick, they would be offended. But am I not right?
I'll leave
Boy,
that one alone. I'll
if
believe
you
that.
come to me as a trainer and say, "Hey, I want to grow legs, and I want curves, and I want my butt to grow bigger. I want rounder glutes." If I say to you, "So you want to look like a black girl," you're offended though. But I should
But
make
it got
someone
the wellness. That's the wellness, right? The
yeah, but you
wellness.
need to understand the wellness. They're Brazilians. That happens naturally. The top wellness
Yeah,
athletes, most of them are Brazilian.
yeah,
Yo, Vivi Winkler, oof, oof. Jarishna, oof. These girls just have it naturally. But I'm talking about, the general,
yeah. I got
the
you. I got
general.
you.
But yeah, you dare say that. You can't go to someone and say, "So you want to look like a black girl, right?" I would be offending that person. But it's okay for you to come to me and say you want black features. It's okay to come to me and say you want bigger lips, bigger glutes. Hmm? But I can't say you want to look like a black girl. But that's another conversation.
Yeah. And fab and flashy, choose your hard.
Choose your hard, Fab. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I hope I get to meet you guys one day. You're Fab, all the rage. I like you guys. You guys are dope.
yeah, yeah. Being from South thickness is something that's been around for a long time.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys have always been thick in the South with the stuff that you eat. And no one demonized you for being thick and then all of a sudden started wanting that thickness. London's a bit different though. Everyone's chasing glutes, Kardashian. Let's just say that. Everyone's
Yeah.
walking around like this. Everyone in London's walking around like this right now. No, and what's worse, I'll see some people, I wouldn't even think they had their lips done. I wouldn't even think they've had work done. And then they tell me, I'm like, what? What?
Mm.
So yeah, it's a big world out there. And again, I'm just trying to keep up with new times, you know?
What's this year gonna happen for you? Like the rest of the year? Like what's your plans for the rest of the year? That's what I'm trying to ask.
I don't even know. No. Get bigger, badder, stronger.
Okay. Well, we'll save that. We'll leave that question alone for now.
Bigger, badder, stronger, get better at calisthenics. I hope I have a handstand by the end of the year. That would be great. I think I really just want my handstand and my muscle up. Once you have your muscle up, it unlocks so many things. But I'm so happy with my development so far. I've gotten really good at static stretching. I'm very good at just holding myself upside down. It's a new joy. But this year, I definitely have some goals just to get more powerful in myself, maintain this body until I'm ready to change up again. And yeah, just keep grinding,
Yeah, well, I mean, thank you for sharing. I mean, like I said before, I was like, wow, let me see if I could talk to this girl and stuff.
Oh my
And
God, it's been
lo
great
and behold,
I was nervous. It was great talking to you. You're great. You're a great host.
yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. Yeah,
Thank you for
I
having
appreciate. Yes, no doubt. I mean, I know a lot of people really appreciate me inviting you, because they was on the
I
chat.
wasn't expecting all the questions either. All the rage. It was great talking with you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question. I'd be happy to do this again. Like when I if and when I reach another milestone in my Kaale or martial arts, or if I ever do compete, I'll be open to doing another interview again. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no doubt. Keep up. He says, keep up the good works, Oshun.
Thank you so much, All the Rage. Thank you so much.
Right.
It was great speaking with you. Yo, All the Rage, follow me. I'll follow you back, man. You're great.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you guys should talk. I mean, you guys got something in common,
Thank you so much. Like, seriously, your questions were so cool, and it was just nice to discuss the fitness world, with other people that share like-minded interests. I could talk about fitness all day,
Yeah. All right. So, I see you when I see you, and I will follow you.
Thank you so much. Hey guys, All the Rage. Follow me back, Fab. Follow me. I'll follow you straight back. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace. Thank you, Kat. You're amazing.
All right. Thank you.
So.